Last week, you guys left the city of Mitros and began the long journey across the main continent of Thylea to find the missing ship of legend, the Ultros. You have been warned by many about the danger of this final labor, but without the ship, you will be unable to explore the inner and outer seas, and will essentially be unable to fulfill the prophecy. So, task in hand, and accompanied by many NPCs, you made your way up and around the trade routes, dropping off people at their essentially at their houses, and after passing through the city of Astoria, you decided to take a shortcut through a nearby rocky hillland area, wherein you did discover a dead siren who was recently killed and eaten by a griffin. Attacking the griffin, you were able to scare it away very, very easily, leaving behind the corpse and her bloody mailbag. And I guess that's where we left off. So I'll bring everybody back over to that map, and we'll just kind of continue from there. All right. So I guess back to you guys. What is your next move?
I did want to determine the cause of death to try and see if it was the griffin that killed the siren, or if she just found a different, killer, and the griffin was just kind of collecting the scraps.
Okay. Yeah. So just a give me a medicine check would be the best way to determine that. Moving forward, we're just going to use what's called team checks. So essentially, if a check is made, there will only ever be one check made in the history of this game for any given thing. So you got to make sure it's a good check. So whenever you guys go to make a check, one person makes the check. They have to be trained. A person who is also trained can assist to give them advantage. If you have a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 100th person that is also trained, each additional person past the second person is a +1. And that's how we're doing skill checks from now on. So, all right.
Okay.
I would
well,
assume
then I guess,
that there are two people with, yeah. I
think it's Trey says it.
Are there two people with medicine to confirm?
Actually, I think I just have a good.
And clerics only get like half a skill, right? They only get half a skill?
Yeah, I just have that's my wisdom giving me that bonus. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No proficiency.
All right. Going once, going twice. Anyone else trained at medicine? No? Okay. With a 13, you're pretty confident that they were knocked out of the air and killed by the griffin. Pretty confident. The body's in bad shape, but as far as you could tell, there's no wounds from weapons or anything beyond what is normally present.
Alrighty.
Where was this mail going? Have you looked at
that? It was heading towards the Oracle's Temple and then the Sour Vintage.
Yeah, I would definitely like to kind of read the mail.
Okay. I mean, it's a federal crime, but if you're okay with that.
I mean, I can,
do you get cursed
or whatever.
You get cursed
You
by
get
Leo?
yeah, the postmaster's curse. You get the postmaster's curse. You'll never get mail delivered on time or intact ever again if you read
It's
somebody else's
awful,
mail.
actually.
Yeah.
They'll tell you that
I
they
mean-
actually tried to deliver your package, but they never
Mhm.
will.
They never will. Or they'll always know when you're using the bathroom number 2. They will ring the bell once and then they will flee. So, but if you still feel comfortable poking
that
around reading
happens
everybody's
anyway.
mail, oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you are the cursed one. You technically have
Yeah.
all curses. So
Yeah.
yeah, all right. In that case, since you are the cursed one, thanks for the reminder. The first letter that you unroll to read has anthrax on it, so you do get
Okay.
anthrax. Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah. So basically, the parcels and letters, I mean, they're what you would expect from medieval fantasy, ancient Greece. So there's
Okay,
some
so, like,
spicy,
no
spicy love
important-
letters and yeah, things like that. Asking if the oracle's temple is going to put forth any champions for the games this year. Order forms for wine and produce and shipping stuff, and I mean none of it really like stands out too much as being overly exciting. I don't know how deep you want to go, or if this is just what you do for the rest of the trip, is you just kind of read through all the mail, see if there's anything
No,
interesting.
I'm looking for, like,
Incriminating
orders.
stuff.
Yeah,
like
something from the Order of Sidon planning to assassinate Valis. Stuff that you
Oh,
regularly entrust to the
fair,
mail.
fair,
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. There is no such letter that you have seen as you were kind of making your way through, but some of them are pretty interesting. It's a very slice of life, chicken soup for the soul situation as you kind of put yourself into the shoes and quills of all these different people from their different walks of life. So, yeah. There is a request that I think it was Atala who owns the Sour Vintage, basically asking her to go to Astoria and meet with Queen Honora, because Queen Honora wants her advice on an upcoming construction project, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. But again, nothing that like red flags anybody or anything. So
Very good.
okay. So what do you do with this dead bird person?
Yeah, so I will ask if we have time. What time of day is it?
Oh, by the time you run into these peeps, it is heading into the afternoon. With this shortcut, you should be able to make it to the oracles before nightfall.
Okay, I'll ask the others if we have a little time to spare. About an hour or two.
Of course.
Alright, then I'll ask Phil's
Take
help.
all the time you
And I need your help, Phil, and we're gonna carry it to a high spot to bury her. I also I also collect a bunch of feathers from her to make sort of an effigy. Since we can't give her a proper siren burial, I'll have to do that. If she has any jewelry, I'll incorporate it. I'm looking through her things, so I find anything that seems personal effects and sort of incorporate it. And then once we get to the ocean, I can do the proper burial.
Okay. She does seem to have a very nice bone dagger that has some beautiful scrimshaw work and very nice mother of pearl grip. With it's a very artsy piece. Probably has a value of 25 gold if you were to sell it.
I'll incorporate that into the sort of this bundle of feathers tied together with the dagger and whatever else I can find. And then, with Phil's help, we'll take it up to a high place where it can, a small grave where it would be facing the setting sun whenever the sun would set.
Okay.
Then once we get back to the ocean, I can do the proper send off.
Got it. All right. So, that whole process is going to take a bit of time. If we used mechanics like piety or honor or anything like that, you guys would have earned some, so congratulations. But we don't use those mechanics, so don't worry about it, I guess. But good role-playing anyways. Anastasia, take DM Inspiration if you didn't already have it. As you guys finish up this process and sort of, I don't know, gather up your things and prepare to continue your journey, is there anything else you need before setting back out on the path?
Don't think so.
Okay.
We're just heading in.
Okay. Eventually, you make your way clear of the rocky pass, and up ahead, you see that it kind of opens back up into lush green fields and light forest. Eventually, you do see a stream up ahead. The narrow, overgrown path you were following leads to an ornate and narrow stone bridge. The bridge has been created by carefully placing and balancing stones in a manner that still allows the stream to flow, but also creates sort of a beautiful, almost natural work of art. On either side of the stream are two pillars of expertly stacked rocks. Like the ones you see on like the videos online, like how is this person balancing those rocks? That's impossible. That's the kind of rocks, pillars that are on either side of this. Across the stream, you see, sitting down in the adorable way that only centaurs can, a centaur. And the centaur is drinking heavily, even though it is still only late afternoon. There is a small campfire nearby, and it seems to be roasting some tubers over the campfire, while it sings to itself. Well, I guess it's got a beard and long hair. It's probably a dude centaur. So it's having like a cookout, I guess, and just drinking itself silly, and is singing bawdy songs of battle and romance. I can move you over to the map in case anybody wants to, shoot and kill it from a distance. So let me get you guys over to the map. Okay. Goodbye, little siren. Okay. I feel like we're missing somebody. There's like 1, 2, 3,
Soul.
4. Soul. Is Soul dead?
No.
Oh. Soul's just not hanging out? Okay, that's fine. It's actually like tax season in the elemental plane of fire. Soul like waited really long. She applied for an extension, but she's almost out of time, so
Is it because we don't have all our NPCs following us?
maybe that's what's freaking me out. I don't know. I could theater the minds of NPCs. I'll live. All right. So I'll bring you over to this new map. Let's see. Here we go. Did I get disconnected? I don't hear any sound.
I'm not hearing any Groovy, but...
Oh, Groovy died? Let's see. No, this just being a quitter. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Groovy's rebelling.
I get so used to having like the background music, I like kind of panic when I don't hear it. It's weird. Okay, we'll try it again. Okay, so there are the well-balanced pillars of stone. There is the unusual and well-balanced bridge of stone, and there across the relatively narrow stream is the Centaur. I have art I could show you, but my Roll20 is frozen. It's going to be one of those nights. Let's see. On first glance, he appears to be the most like bro centaur you've seen in a long time. Everything about him, including his like puka shell necklace, bespeaks of bro. Like this guy probably has siblings. I don't think he's a huge creature either, but again, I can't really do anything because my Roll20 is dying. October will be here soon. I believe that. Anyways, we'll just theater of the minded, I guess. So, what do you guys do? The stream is maybe 25 feet across, 30 feet across. You could easily skip across stones if you have training in acrobatics. You could probably jump/swim across if you were trained in athletics. If you have neither of those skills, though, this could be an insurmountable obstacle that prevents you from saving Thylea. So, how would you like to proceed?
Well, first of all, is he cooking something?
Yes, he is cooking. He looks like he's cooking some tubers on like a stick, like a tuber kebab.
Does it smell good?
The smell of sweet wild yams is heavy in the air.
I'll exclaim to the party. Smells good. Should we talk to him? Does he? I mean,
does it look like he notices us?
I mean, some of you are stealthy. Others of you are not. One of you is cosplaying as a Gundam now, so I would say he, even in his drunken state, would probably have heard the clanking of alien metal as Astreus made his way down the path. He does not seem frightened of you. He just sort of looks over at you and raises his drinking horn, and gives you a nod and a bright smile. This is what the individual looks like.
I'll wave back at him and smile.
Okay.
I would not mind stopping for a drink.
Yeah, let's go see.
I'll say
guy.
I like kind of like non-threateningly, like in Centaur to where he could hear him say like, "Mind if we joined you for a drink?"
His eyes brighten, his cheeks are flushed from drink, and he says, "Please come join me by my fire. I invoke hospitality for you and yours."
Alright, yeah, I'll nod and say like we accept your hospitality and back in Centaur and fly over.
So can I cross the actual bridge normally?
Yeah, should be fine.
Okay. I'm not going to risk my neck.
Fair enough. Unless this is all some clever super trap where they get a hella handsome drunken centaur to lure you over the trapped bridge, but I think it'll be okay. So I'm saving that.
You already said something about hospitality.
That's true. That's true. I'm saving that trap for later. All right. As you approach, the smell of cooking wild sweet yam fills the air, and you see that he has quite a few of them on skewers, and he is occasionally rotating them over the fire. The syrupy goodness is sort of dripping out, causing the flames to occasionally sputter and smoke. He motions to two tree stumps nearby if anybody is looking for a place to sit down.
Oh, sorry, reset. I'll share. I'll scooch
Oh
over.
no, she was gonna sit on the like just
wow,
against
it's really
it.
lagging.
Oh,
Yeah,
roll
roll
20?
20
Oh,
is terrible.
yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. Too.
Yeah. So we'll have to,
We're good.
and then, oh my god, it's so bad.
Is
Earlier
it
when
the
I was,
map or is it Roll20?
it's roll 20. Earlier when I was prepping, I had to drag some stuff out of Compendium like 5 times for it to actually take. It was crazy. So, I don't know. I mean, we'll make it to the other side, guys. We'll make it to the other side. Don't worry. So, only 3 more weeks. I feel like we're like a family that lives in a really bad house in a really bad neighborhood, and I'm like the hard-working dad that's like, you guys can do it. Only 3 more weeks till the move, and then we're going on a trip to Disneyland on the way to the new house. You can do this, guys. Yeah. Anyways, yes. So as you approach, as you take seats, he smiles and he sizes all of you up, and like many people in Thylea, when he lays eyes upon the physique of Philippocles, he gives you an appreciative look. Though he is also appreciative of the muscular stature of your Minotaur ally, Bullbug, and your Satyr friend, and also Resette's well-toned and athletic frame. And he says, all right, as we sit and as we eat, and as we share these, I don't know what they are, I dug them up, and they smelled good. Which one of you is willing to fight me? Huh?
I feel
Anybody?
like everyone
I
immediately
point
looks
to
at
Phil.
I think we all would be willing to fight you. But
Oh, I prefer not to fight so many of you. Maybe one at a time.
why do you seek combat?
I guess you haven't heard of me. I'm Pholon, and I fight people. And he kind of runs a hand through his amazing mane of hair and gives it a good shake.
Have we heard his name before?
Yeah, anybody could make a history check. This is a group check though, so whoever makes the check, it's everybody chipping in like, hey, you guys heard of this guy? Kind of deal.
I'll make it.
Okay. Yes, you have heard of Pholon of Scorpion Island. With your big brain and your what was like 40-something smaller brains, you do recall hearing about Scorpion Island before.
Yes, yes.
Pholon has in some years been the champion of the Great Games in a number of events. Most of them, involving running fast and beating people up. There was a whole thing where they tried to get centaurs banned from the Great Games because it's kind of like Boo in Mario Party. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a ghost. You don't. Why are you even here? You don't have to jump over stuff. You can fly. It's kind of like that. Like if you're a horse person, you're obviously going to win most of the races and stuff like that. None of that matters to Pholon. Pholon is confident in his abilities and what a badass he is. Pholon, though, was never ever seen without his significant other. And now, to see him in person, you may have, as citizens of Mitros, seen him compete in the past. He's kind of like, I guess, a Thylean sports celebrity. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But to see him without his boo-boo bear, his number one, that is, or I guess his number two, that is always with him, is a little weird. Is you kind of rack your brain with a 22 or 24 history check, you do recall that his significant other was a man who went by the name of Adix. So I think I'm pronouncing that right. I'm trying so hard to learn this ancient Greek stuff. So Audax was his manager, his lover, his best friend, and unusual for a centaur, Audax would ride around on Pholon's back, which centaurs are not usually okay with. So very odd pair, very odd couple. Audax was a half-elf, and to see him now alone, this is probably the first time you've ever seen him alone that he wasn't like competing in some sort of sports game competition.
Well, I would just kind of awkwardly burst out, "I've heard of you," and be like super excited. And where's Audax?
Oh, as he hears that name, you see his face become stoic with pain. He just sort of blinks away some unshed tears, and he looks off towards the horizon where the sun is trying to set. And he just sort of like kind of closes his eyes, and he says, he was taken from me. He's with Lutheria now.
I'm going to step forward, and if he permits, I'm just going to give him like a pat on the arm and a gentle squeeze. And
all right.
Just say, I understand the pain of losing a loved one and knowing they are with Lutheria. You have my sympathies, friend. And then I'll just step back.
Okay. He looks over at you and kind of seems a bit perplexed, and he says, well, where else would where else would he be if not with Lutheria? That's where the dead go. He got sick, and despite all my winnings and everyone who meant well, none could find a cure. The priests of the Titans, the priests of the five gods, none could cure the affliction. I worry that perhaps it was some sort of curse by the fates or by the gods themselves that took him from me. But,
What happened to him?
He was my whole world. What happened to him? Well, he just sort of wasted away. He'd get smaller and thinner and frailer day by day. He couldn't keep down any food. I don't know. Eventually, the hunger just took him. The priests, he says, as he looks over at Astraeus, insisted that he must have robbed a grave or stolen from someone well connected with the gods, but he had no reason to do that. We had my winnings from the great games to live off of. We had a good life. He wouldn't have done something like that.
Would he have taken something from someone else, perhaps? Like, received something that was stolen? Even if he meant well, sometimes those curses can transfer.
Oh. And this definitely seems to be news to this guy. Oh.
Was there a possession that was always on his person up until the end?
He did have a really fine pair of bracers. Didn't want to be parted with them. I used to tease him about where he found them. I even asked if I could use them. He was very adamant that they were too small for me.
You said you teased him about where he found them. Do you know?
Ooh, because he wouldn't tell me. Yeah. Well, we were inseparable. I mean, you've heard about Scorpion Island. You know about the curse that my people bear, yeah?
Actually, no. And I was hoping to. My path may take me to Scorpion Island one day
What?
soon.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna head back there after I finish the Great Games, assuming I could find a new special somebody. So that's what I'm questing for right now. Looking for a special somebody. Have you heard of a being called the Lotus Witch?
I have heard of her, but nothing beyond that. I know nothing more than her name and her location.
Oh, gosh, where do I even start? All right, well, she's a witch. She's really into lotus flowers. So we call her the Lotus Witch.
I'm nodding.
Oh,
Continuing
right.
to nod.
Yeah, so apparently my ancestors really pissed her off once. Apparently it's really easy to piss her off. And she cursed us for our pride and arrogance and a bunch of other stuff. You know how centaurs, we really don't like people to ride around on us, especially now that them horses have shown up, because there's some very awkward similarities between, centaurs and horses. I'm just going to put it out there and say it. Some people, they're not brave enough to admit that there are some similarities there, I mean, I've seen an ape and I've seen a human. He motions to Philippocles with his drinking horn. I mean, come on. Right? You could tell that there's some similarities there. I'm not gonna lie that my ass looks a lot like the same ass on whatever that horse creature is. So it's awkward. Then when we find out that people ride around on those horses, oh, that's embarrassing, right? Well, we never let people ride on us because that's just weird. And then, of course, when horses show up and people are riding on it, that was even weirder. So generally, as a people, we made a decision hundreds of years ago when the first horse showed up that we were not horses. Do you hear me?
Yes.
And you hear from Bullbug, preach. I am not a cow. And he kind of motions to him with a string horn. Exactly. So, anyways, in order to punish us for our hubris and our arrogance, she said that we would have to be ridden. And we would have to have a bonded rider at all times. And if we didn't, we would turn into a giant scorpion.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were some innovators in the beginning. They tried this thing called the Centaur, It's where we would just sort of ride around on each other. Apparently that didn't count. Yeah, that didn't count.
The
That was.
hogwash. I
Phil,
spit.
didn't you have a centaur?
No, that was a Centaur.
Yeah, no, Centaurgy, that's fine, but a Centaur, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's also really awkward to carry another Centaur on your back. I'm telling you right now. We tried everything. We tried making friends with animals. It doesn't work. It's gotta be one of the two-legged, humanoid creatures. It's really embarrassing. Now, after generations of having to live with this curse, we kind of just lean into it, but it kind of makes us sort of freaks among the other centaurs. So, but that's all right, because honestly, we spend almost all of our time on Scorpion Island just getting high and wrestling and hunting. That's it. And eating. And I was so good at fighting that when I met Odex, he was like, I could show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendor, and like he did, and like I went and I started like fighting and competing, and then I became like a famous athlete. These are the best years of my life. He'd ride me, I'd ride him. We loved each other. But now, yeah. So, in a way, the curse of the Lotus Witch, in my opinion, is almost like a blessing, because it's opened up our hearts to a wider world. She's a wise creature, that Lotus Witch. Horrible, evil, terrible, but wise. Yeah. But I really don't have much time left. If I don't find a new special person to bond with, become my rider, I'll probably be a scorpion within like 3 days. So I'm heading over to that Sour Vintage. I was going to hit all the small settlements along the coastlines, but I just don't think I got enough time. So I figured I'd swing by that tavern and just be like, anybody want to love me? I don't know, does that sound too desperate? I think that sounds a little desperate. But if I can't find one by the 3rd day, I was just gonna go deep into the old wood, so when I turn into a scorpion, I don't hurt anybody.
I mean, perhaps one of us.
Well, Hypatia would be like, well, wait, Phil. We've kind of gotta. I don't know if he wants to be involved in all of our
True.
mess.
Do you know who we are, friend?
Oh yeah, I've heard the song. Peanut Butter Twist. That was a good one. Where this lovely lady got stuck in your butt cheeks. Oh man, that was a good one. It's easy to dance to too.
Good one. Yeah.
No, but I've heard about your assorted exploits. What brings you back to the scene of the crime, as it were? Where you were made into the Chosen. I assume that's where you're headed, right? Is to the Oracle? I just got done meeting with her myself, so...
Wait, wouldn't she be here?
Yeah, isn't she with us?
Wait, who did I meet with? And, Versi kind of looks at him and smiles, and she kind of says, to you guys, well, now that you have put me in this position, you see, there are priestesses of the Oracle who are very wise and often can fill in for her when she is not around. And she gives you like a look like, thanks. And this guy is like, Oh, wait a minute. I went there. I donated heavily to the temple to meet with the oracle, and then some broad with some real nice hips and a veil over her face. She gave me a prophecy that I only had like 3 days before I turned into a scorpion. And it's very awkward. And Versi sort of looks at you, Astreus, in that way that a significant other will when they're in a bad social situation and they need that significant other to bail them out. And if that significant other doesn't rise to the occasion, it's going to be a bad thing later.
There is, of course, always the possibility that on the morrow I can cast Remove Curse. I can pray to the five, marshal their powers, and free you from this time limit you have, holding you to this obligation of finding a bonded rider immediately.
You could just undo a curse laid down by the Lotus Witch?
I do not know your Lotus Witch, but the five have given me the ability to undo some curses. Alas, I cannot break all curses. I do not know that even I would have the ability to undo the Grave Robber's curse, for example.
He scowls at you, like he's ready to fight you for what you're trying to insinuate.
Oh, he said he went to the priest and they couldn't do it, so I'm just making sure that I'm not.
Oh, I know, but
saying I can do more.
He doesn't. This is kind of like when it's obvious that somebody died of lung cancer from smoking, and then at the funeral you're like, dude shouldn't have smoked so much. You know what I mean? Like, everybody knows that the dude shouldn't have smoked so much. You don't need to point it out. We all know that he should have smoked so much.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay. Yeah, so he's very sour. He's very sour about it. So finally, kind of sensing the tension, Versi says, I will be truthful with you. I am, in fact, the Oracle, and my priestesses were covering for me in my absence. As such, I will honor your tribute, and I, right here and right now, can perform prophecy for you. If you would like, what do they like to say? A second opinion. And Pholon kind of scratches his beard a bit, and he says, all right, let me get these yams. And he takes the yams off of the fire and begins to pass these skewers around to you guys. Versi reaches into her satchel. She pulls out some strange and unusual, herbs and spices, like soothsayer stuff. And as she sprinkles them into the fire, that same heady aroma of incense from when you guys received your visions and had your questions answered sort of rises back up into the small clearing that you are in. The sound of the stream babbling behind you, the occasional bird song. She wafts the vapors towards herself, and her eyes dilate till they are almost all black. And she kind of motions some of the smoke towards the Centaur, who closes his eyes and begins to breathe very softly. After some time, she staggers a bit and falls to her knees. You see a line of shimmery purple blood kind of fall from her right nostril onto her lip and down her chin. She twitches again and sort of fights to stay standing. As she does, the centaur just sort of sits there in a trance, sort of lulling his head back and forth. With a cry, Versi places both hands on the ground and begins to claw at the grass, and then begins to stand on shaky legs. In a quavering voice, she says, I will speak the truth to you. All that you say is true. Your people, their bloodline, is cursed. Cursed for generations, and cursed until she takes the curse back. I do not know for sure when you will succumb to the curse, but you will, if you do not find a way to fill the empty place left in your heart. 3 days seems a safe guess to ensure that should the change come, you not endanger others or yourself. I'm sorry.
Didn't you just tell him what he already knew?
She kind of...
Oracle, am I right? She told me to meet my dad. Don't listen to her. You'll find him. You'll find whoever's out there. I'll give him a little scratch on the back. Whatever Centaur's like.
He kind of looks over at Versi, he looks at you, and he says, well, I mean, I feel better about the Pholon, because, I mean, if the Pholon said the same thing, then, I mean, I feel like it wasn't a total sham. But, yeah, bro, it's hard. I feel like a plaything of the gods sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
Well, feel free to finish up those yams. I lost my appetite. I'm gonna head on over to that vineyard place and, I don't know, put myself out there, see if anybody's available. So
Travel with us. Like a wingman for you. Yeah, I can help you find somebody, man.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Last time I was at that place, I bagged a pretty good one. You know what I mean?
Oh really? Oh, all right. You think I could find one, the same one?
No.
Talos is gonna silently chuckle at that one.
No, not her.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, they got like a fighting pit. You know, me and you, we could go in there. We could mess each other up, impress the ladies. They love it. They're all about it.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. We'll save the fighting for when there's an audience. Yeah, that's a good idea. That'd make Godax proud. One more big fight. And I mean, if I could cure myself, then I'll be able to enter the Great Games. And when I win this year, I'll dedicate my victory to his memory.
I don't know if you'll win this year, but
Well, why wouldn't I win this year?
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, is he entering? And he points over at Bullbug. And Bullbug is like, yes, I will be entering this year. Because I can make that choice for myself. And he's like, good for you, bro. Choice is nice. So, I know people that I grew up with that chose to be single. They're in the deserts and jungles now. As giant scorpions. So.
That sounds rough.
Well, you know what's rough is watching these Arisians. And he points over at Reset. They show up every spring, and they hunt the scorpions.
Whoa.
Which seems a little insensitive to me. Resent, this is 100% true, and you know it.
I mean, they do.
That's
But
the
that
secret,
doesn't mean
it's
I
the
did.
secret training ground of the Oresian monks.
Look,
I've totally done it too, haven't I?
No, I don't think you were high enough in level, were you? I guess you were. You started the campaign at 3rd level. You've probably been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say, well, just because they do it doesn't mean I've done it.
You've probably been too busy being a big hero and stuff, so I guess that's okay. But it just feels really insensitive, you know? Like, we've told them before, those used to be our people. And they're like, they're not your people anymore. They are the perfect enemy to train against. Quick and deadly, punishing if you make mistakes.
Look,
That
man,
being
no one
said,
likes the
once in a
Oresians,
while, we do find an Oresian who's willing to mount for life. So, you know, that's always kind of cool. Well, if we're all done here, I guess sure, I'll travel with you. I'll go to the Oracle.
Is the sun still up?
Yeah. I mean, you could probably make it by now with all the delays. You will be arriving well after dark, but fortunately, you have the actual Oracle with you, so it's not like it would be rude to show up, after hours.
Yeah. Why don't we keep going so we can stay there instead of out in the wilderness?
Okay, works for me. You guys continue your journey the rest of the way. You arrive at the familiar outdoor gardens. They have since been repaired a little bit. They kind of like sort of the busted look. It kind of has more mystique to it, It doesn't have that hoity-toity, big city feel. It kind of has like a ancient and mysterious vibe. So even though there was some damage from Helika's attack, they're kind of like, yeah, you know what? Let's make it work for us. You then head into the underground temple built into sort of the side of the hills and mountains there, and are greeted by Versi's subjects and servants who prepare for you a meal mostly comprised of fish and fruits and maybe a couple of pies for dessert, maybe a couple of fruit pies, but nothing too extravagant. Versus kind of a penny pincher, a little bit of a penny pincher. And in the end, you are of course offered to stay the night in the guest quarters. The acolytes of the Oracle offer their services for any that need comfort in these trying times. And yeah, like you see a little pop-up menu that says Versi the Oracle has left the party. Pholon the athlete has joined the party. Tentatively. All right. Does anybody have any business here at the Oracle? Otherwise, in the morning you could head out and start making your way over to the Sour Vintage.
Might have to leave in the later morning.
Oh. Because you got to help her fix her animated rug? Is that what's going on? Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's about a day and a half journey to the Sour Vintage. So, if you guys get a late start, that's understandable.
This guy's literally gonna turn into a scorpion, man. He's on a short timer.
So Phil is just gonna go in and drag Astraeus out of bed.
Oh man,
Probably
Astraeus.
knock obnoxiously on the door.
Okay. It is nice because the door, no longer animated by Helika's witch magic, does not try to eat or kill you. So that's a nice change of pace. Yeah. So do you slow down the rest of the party there, Astraeus? Oh wait, that's right. You got your haircut stuff. Hold on a second. There we go.
Yeah, I updated
Right,
the overlay, and I'm like, wait a minute, did he not? I thought.
No, he's ready. He's ready for picture day. He's ready for picture day. No, I couldn't pull out his new token because my Roll20 only just started working. Like because it's a great product and I love it. All right. So, they pull you out of bed. They rouse you. Versi understands you're a big shot hero. You got places
give her a
to go.
shrug, like, sorry,
Yeah,
baby.
All right. So, you guys
Just take
continue.
the point of exhaustion like a man.
You guys begin your journey. It's a familiar trip by now. You pass the crossroads where you help those siblings who were robbed by bandits, and sort of continue on your way. Do you push through the night, or do you eventually camp, knowing that you will reach the Sour Vintage in the morning? Like, do you want to show up in the middle of the night, or do you want to show up like in the morning and have a whole day to try to find this guy a special rider?
They want a crowd, so morning would probably be better.
Okay.
If they're gonna fight, they should be rested. Put on a good show.
Sure. Okay. That night, as you set up camp, is there anything in particular I need to know that goes down at camp time?
I'm just practicing 20 squares every night.
Against anybody who will play?
Yeah, and if no one does, I just grab someone and force them.
Damn. Okay.
Astraeus will play with you. I think Crash is trying to figure out if any of us are riding the Centaur tonight.
That's not what? First of all, it's D&D, so I did think somebody would roll to seduce. Secondly, it's not about business what anybody gets up to. There's a difference between a bonded rider and a one-night stand. Okay, so. But I mean, if anybody does try to put the boots on Pholon, the famous Centaur athlete, it would be helpful to know because his life is in danger. So. Just no pressure.
He's probably pretty vulnerable right now. Probably as easy as he'll ever get in his life.
He's super vulnerable. Yeah, he's a widower. He's grieving. He's also basically got a terminal illness. It's a real It's
so.
Real bad.
What you're saying is that Lorius would be all over trying to comfort him.
Yeah, I mean, I would even push Lorius at him.
Oh damn!
It's okay.
Oh yeah, well, Lorius doesn't understand monogamy at all, so he definitely agrees that it's okay. Yeah, so I would say that Lorius would definitely try to put the boots on him with your assistance at his vulnerability and probably the fact that he hasn't stopped drinking all day. I would say Lorius makes some definite progress if he is trying to become this guy's bonded rider. Okay. So, those of you who slept in purple tents, the sound of goat, horse, man love went deep into the night. So if you did take advantage of Mitros's shelter of hope or whatever the hell non-purple tent thing it is, then you probably had a much better evening, if I'm being honest, because there's a nice filtration system in there, kind of blocked out a lot of the sound, that sort of thing. So
this voice Talus really wishes he slept.
Yeah, I've heard that Warforged can deactivate themselves willingly. I'm pretty sure they could turn themselves off if they wanted to. So if it gets that bad, you could just turn yourself off.
The flip side of that coin is you can also turn yourself on.
Well, maybe? I don't know. All right.
He has attachments.
Oh, that's true. He does have attachments. All right. So, the morning arrives, and you guys have a hasty breakfast of rations. Cold Hydra breakfast burritos. Yep. And a sleepy Kyra, whose eyes are deeply sunken in her head, both from the exhaustion from the ritual to banish the storm, and also from hearing what she heard last night, which more than likely also involved her nephew, which brings up so many conflicting and terrible family problems. So she's just like, this is what I'm making, and this is what I'm serving. So if you want something else, that's on you. And she just sort of slaps a cold burrito into everybody's hand.
And she comes full circle because that whole issue that we knew about started the Sour Vintage.
Oh yeah. And the Sour Vintage is still there. So let me drag you guys over to the Sour Vintage real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be like, aren't we like right outside the Sour Vintage?
Yeah, you're pretty close, yeah.
I would just be like, thanks, but I'll just eat at the, the tavern.
Okay,
So this
she
is
says,
a nice thought.
She says, I guess you don't
Auntie.
understand leftovers, because what you don't eat today will be waiting for you tomorrow.
Good one. Let's go.
And you think about the fact that she has kids out there that were left in little baby baskets, and maybe it was a good idea. All right. So, as you arrive, did you guys drop off the mail for the Oracle and her peeps while you were there? You gonna finish this lady's mail route?
I would have absolutely made sure that's done.
Okay. Itala sees you, Anastasia, and sees that you have a mailbag, and she kind of screws up her face in confusion, and she calls out to you, Anna, you are still delivering the mail?
This does not belong to me.
What do you mean?
Oh
no! Something has happened to Lenike?
Unfortunately.
Oh.
And she's still sad and downtrodden, yeah.
She was so kind. What happened to her? Was it bandits?
This music. No, she will explain that we found her in a passing shortcut through the mountains.
I have warned her that it is a dangerous route to take. There are crag cats and shadow spiders and griffins. It is a shame. And she pours out a little bit of her morning libation to Lutheria, and then swallows it down in one go. Puts the ceramic bowl down hard on the counter. Well, you live and you die. So, she will be greatly missed. Do you have anything in that bag for me, then? I say to you, and I never thought I would say it again.
Yes, I believe so. She'll pull out all the things that have her name on it and present them to her. And then
these look like they were opened.
No, they don't. I'd have reclosed them.
I think we need a sleight of hand.
Let me see that forgery check. It would be intelligence. I would let you use intelligence for it. So you could do an intelligence check with disadvantage, unless somebody else in the party has forgery tools and they want to help you. No, going once, go twice. All right, let's see it. Intelligence check with disadvantage to see if you were able. You knew what it needed to look like, but you maybe didn't have the skills to make it just so. But let's see. Let's see if the curse of the postmaster will be upon you.
Yeah, I think I was probably too sad at the time, but Anastasia would have probably scolded Hypatia for opening. You don't do that.
Among the siren people, who are the best mail carriers in all of Thylea, who deliver mail directly to the gods. Yeah. But you understand after she explained that she was looking for any sort of, like plot clues and quest lines and attempted assassination attempts, that sort of thing. So it looks like Hypatia has given up on forging a document and has ran away from her problem. Oh, wait,
she got a 10.
She got a 10.
Yeah.
She kind of looks at you, Atala, and let me see. I'll go ahead and see if... Okay, she goes, my mistake. They must have been jostled in the back. And she breaks the new wax seal, which is a different color than the original wax seal. And she says, oh, I have been summoned by the queen. Califana, did you hear? And this woman looks over, bored, and tosses her hair. Ah, I heard. And she's like, well, you will be in charge. I will be leaving at once to go meet with Her Majesty. And Califano's just like, whatever. And goes back to making drinks and passing out bowls of figs and olives and breakfast pies and all that good stuff.
Must be exciting news.
Yeah.
Crash,
Oh.
Hey, Crash.
Yeah.
The last time I was here was on YouTube. I'm blind. I don't have a token down.
Oh, you should have a token outside.
You're outside.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm not linked to the site with it.
What? All right, hold on.
Sorry.
I actually had to replace my token too. With
There you go.
because it would.
There I am.
All right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. She says conspiratorially to Anastasia, she is seeking my advice on how best to start her own business.
Oh, well, I'm sure that'll turn out wonderfully. You have a fine business here.
That was just.
I have
thing.
a pretty good idea what she is trying to do. Pretty good idea. As you know, she says, looking over your shoulder, Anastasia, right at Philippocles, Honora is a big fan of wrestling. I think she intends to open her own arena. Now, Historia has always had its amphitheater, but having an arena, this would allow her to compete with Mitros in their great games. Well, I must pack and prepare for my journey. I don't suppose you are heading back that way. I could hire you to be my bodyguard.
No, our destiny takes us elsewhere for now, but I wish you well on your trip.
Oh, I am curious now. Is it alright if I ask you then? Where are you going?
To a place called the Dead Falls.
Yeah, and like as you say that, like you hear like the record like skip a little bit. Yeah. And everybody kind of looks up from the table and it gets like real quiet. Oh, that is where you are going. And she kind of motions with a hand, and you see like the musician in the back kind of like shake their head, like, and then they go back to playing the music. That is very exciting. Wow, what business sends you there? You'll have to forgive me. We have not heard any songs from the great bard in some time. I think the last one I heard was Thunderstruck, where the wizard was killed by Sidon for walking into the gates of Mitros.
Oh. Yeah. No. Yeah. Wow.
It was very catchy, but I would not allow them to perform it out of respect.
What just happened
Very
since then?
Well, guess yeah. I guess I will fill her in on.
Oh wow,
we've
yeah,
been
her eyes go
doing.
wide, and then as Kyra finally sort of stumbles in, she looks over and she says, "There you are! You have not been by in forever. How are we supposed to hear the great songs of the goddess Kira if her greatest bard does not come by to sing them to us?" And she just kind of looks over, exhausted, and she's just like, "I'm trying my best. Okay, I'm trying my best. I can't be everywhere at once. All right, but Anna's got a magic instrument. She can sing. She'll take over. It's fine. I gotta go sit down."
Oh no.
And she kind of just stumbles back and finds a chair. She's like, "Hey, hi, my name's Kyra. I think you guys were these exact same seats last time." Hey.
Is this Adam Driver here? Where is he? No, he's not. Oh, there's
He is. He is.
Oh, I can't see him. There's Tom Hardy.
Alright, I'm gonna reiterate that I played all the way through a AAA game from Ubisoft, and there were only like 4 people in all of ancient Greece, okay? They used the same fucking 4 character models for every person in ancient Greece, so get off my back on my
You do a
duplicate bitch.
fantastic job.
I mean, I was gonna recommend Kylo Ren for
I kept getting so mad when I was playing the game, and I would be like, "It's the same damn old lady. It's the same damn old lady over and over again. You guys have millions of dollars. You couldn't give me more than one old lady? This is ridiculous." All right. Anyways, yeah. So she kind of looks at you and she says, "Anna, I knew that you were a songstress, but to receive such high praise from the chosen of Kira, ugh, it's so confusing. Why did they have such a similar name?"
It is confusing. I think you need to go see what's wrong.
Yes, perhaps you should go to. I did not mean to upset you. I know that you bear the grief of your fallen friend, or Siren. All right. I will go and prepare. You go and take care of your business. Thank you for catching me up on things. So. All right. You guys look over and you see Sappho and you see her new girlfriend, and they are enjoying a lovely brunch together. So.
There's a party here with Reset and Hypatia.
Yeah, Bullbug goes and he pulls up.
Over here.
Yeah, he pulls up 2 stools, one for each butt cheek, and he sits down. Karina's very excited to be here. She's very excited to be here. She says, "This is where it all began." All right, people freak out. Yeah, they freak out when this creature comes in, both because it is so adorable, but also because they are terrified of it. All right. Lorius and Pholon finally come in. And as they do, Lorius makes a big deal about Pholon's entrance, and he's just like, "People of the Sour Vintage, behold his grandeur. It is the mighty mountain of man and muscle and beast. Pholon, the champion. And Pholon kind of does like a princess wave at everybody. And they're all kind of like, round of applause kind of thing. And some of them kind of shout out, "Why are you here? You should be training for the great games. I am going to win so much Drachmae this year. Betting on you." And he looks to Lorius. Lorius looks back at him, and they look over at the party. And you could tell in that moment, they need a good bullshit excuse for why he's here. Not, "I'm terminally ill with scorpionitis."
I'm gonna go up to Hypatia and say, "Let's do our thing." I'm gonna grab her by the arm and pull her up.
What's our thing?
All right, just walk with me. Walk with me.
Okay.
We're gonna walk over here. I guess with a drumstick in my hand. I'm gonna just start speaking loudly. It's like, "Oh my god, that's Pholon. I heard he's single now. I heard he's single and free."
Yeah. And have you seen the size of... Oh, I shouldn't... What?
You shouldn't say what? What shouldn't you talk about? What's...
I'm gonna whisper very, very closely to her ear. I think she means his manhood.
Yeah,
and
she drops her bowl of breakfast wine, and it shatters on the floor.
But girls like us, we could never have a chance with such a hunk of a man. Oh, but
this
maybe
guy
we should
this
give
guy
it a
pops
try,
his
Hypatia.
collar, the collar of his toga tunic, and he's just like, "Of course you don't. He is a man who appreciates a man." And he starts to smooth back those slick eyebrows.
Are you saying that you can win him over?
Oof, of course I can. Look at me. Look at me. They do not call me tedious for nothing.
You can say your name
You
was
can
Tedious?
talk. Tedious?
Do you think he'll fight while he's here? Maybe
Oh.
that's why he's here.
Oh yeah, there's like a murmur. There's a hush and a murmur. Lorius,
Perhaps there will be a
big
show.
old ears begin to pick up what you're saying, and he says, "Yes, that is why we're here. We are here because Pholon is doing a goodwill promotional tour for the Great Games." And everybody looks at each other, and they all kind of cheer. That is why he is here, and he would love to fight anyone who thinks that they are worthy. We will be in the fighting area.
Oh, but who in their right mind could fight such a hunk of a man? Such a powerful man.
Tella shrugs and walks over.
They'll punch a stool. I could take on that man.
Oh, dang. As you
Wait.
say that, a lot of people who are getting ready to stand up are just like, "Welp," and they sit back down.
Is that Philippocles of the Chosen?
It is Philippocles of the Chosen, breaker of the bonds of slavery and corruption. He who stands with the other chosen. Kind of looks over at you and shrugs like, "I don't know. I'm trying to help."
I doubt it.
Are you saying we get to watch Pholon versus Philippocles, and it's not even the Great Games yet?
Yeah, people are very excited. Califana looks over, and you could tell that she's super excited. And she's just like, "Just don't kill each other."
Oh my god, Hypatia, we gotta get a seat real quick.
Yeah, so people are rushing in to watch this fight between the mighty warrior Pholon and any and all challengers. All right, Talus, you heading over to fight him first?
Yep.
Okay. Lorius says, All right, don't cut his head off, okay?
All right.
All right. Okay. Sensing WrestleMania is going down, Auntie Kyra begins slowly dragging herself towards this part of the establishment, not wanting to miss the action. She only falls down like 3 times.
Anna's there to pick her up for the 3rd time. I was watching this sad thing.
Okay.
Hey, what's wrong?
Well, I just, I don't really want to talk about it, so. But it's fine. I mean, I don't want anybody to feel bad,
About what?
Well, I just, when we stopped the storms, I had to give up, some of my divine power, and then, we went to fight the Hydra, and then there was divine spark, and then you guys gave it to my sister instead of me, and now she's feeling better, and I'm just feeling like shit. And it's okay though, cause she has to run that whole city, and I'm just, I'm just a cheerleader with a notepad, so, like
Oh
I
my
don't,
gosh.
I
And
don't,
this is like
I don't need it.
the first time since Anastasia's been sad about the siren, her face gets really serious, and it's like, snap out of it.
Please tell me you slapped her. Please.
I think I do.
Alright, she holds her cheek, and she says,
Kyra,
it's fine.
you're great, and we all love you, and
No, it's fine.
Gosh.
Maybe Pholon will kill Phil, and I'll eat his divine spark. It's okay.
Did she say this literally right behind me?
Yes.
You know I voted for you. Damn it!
I know
also
you did. I
voted
know
for
you did.
I just started slamming ale.
The
Look,
next
Phil.
Divine Spark.
Well, I can't eat your divine spark because you don't have one. If your dad gave out a divine spark to every kid that he made, he would be a hollowed out husk. I mean, at best, there's like the idea of a spark. I mean, at best. So, I don't know if that made it worse. I think I just made things worse.
Just go.
Yeah. All right, fine. I'm going. And she just kind of walks into the wall and then falls down. It's fine. I get disadvantaged to my perception checks. That's all. That's what, permanent exhaustion does to you. She kind of sits down on the bench. Didn't need to used to sit on a bench. Guess when you're an old lady like me, that's what happens to you, though. So. Whew! Alright, Talus! You
I
got
move a seat over.
this! I believe in you. Rock'em sock'em, buddy. You got this. Alright. So, Pholon is he's ready for this. He's ready for this. Here we go. I just gotta key up his character sheet real quick. All right. Yeah, you'll probably wipe the floor with this poor guy. All right. Okay.
He's gonna have like some ability like he auto hits and crits on the first attack in every round.
Well, those are nice. Also, remind me to talk to you guys in September about maybe doing something about the critical hit stuff, because, like, I don't know. I'm kind of getting attached to your characters, and I don't really want you to, like, keep dying, so we might have to find some other way to make critical hits spicy that don't involve constantly being disemboweled all the time. So, I can't believe I'm saying that out loud, but it is something that's on my post-it note stack to talk to you guys about. All right.
I'm gonna whisper to Talus here and say, hey, try to give him some glory, if you can.
All right. Talus. He is going to take his staff and sort of give it a little twirling action, like bow staff. Like, gosh, let's go way back in time. Not 1980s Donatello. We'll go, what was it, mid-2000s Napoleon Dynamite bow staff fighting. So he kind of starts doing that. You could tell that this guy's got some mad reach with his bow staff. All right. He gauges the distance between the two of you, checks his speed, looks for wind resistance, all that jazz, and he is going to run back and then run forward so that he can charge you. So as he charges forward, he makes 2 mighty attacks against you. Here we go. His bow staff. And his hoofies. All right.
Bow staff will hit. The hooves will.
Bow staff will hit. All right. When the bow staff hits, because he did a charge, he is going to use his species bonus to cause some extra damage on the charge. So it does an extra 11 points of damage as he slams into you. Everybody just cheers. They can't believe this. Talus the Beheader has been struck first in battle. Play passes to you.
Good one.
All right. He never stops twirling his bow staff. He's always twirling it. You can tell this guy practices with his bow staff several hours a day.
We'll use our battle cry to start with. Bonus action.
Okay. All right. So let out your modem sounds begin to shriek out. People cover their ears. Kyra just weeps because she's too weak to cover her own ears. So she just sort of lets it happen.
Ears.
I'll cover one.
I'll cover one ear. She goes in.
Thanks, guys. It's so hard to cover these ears. Oh. All right. You toss your chakram.
I'll use it in melee.
Oh, you're using it in melee. Okay. Yeah, you go to attack, and he blocks with his bow staff. There is the flash of sparks and splintering wood as he keeps twirling it like a propeller. All right. As you swing a second time, though, you do catch him with it. I'm assuming you guys are fighting non-lethally? Question mark.
What was he?
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
Okay. I mean, it's cool. You could kill Michael Jordan. That's fine. All right, and then you begin to circle around him, slashing and cutting with your chakrams. All right. Anything else from Talus?
No, not for now.
Okay. All right. That brings us over to him. Let's see. He's got a pretty dope athletics. He is going to try and use the bow staff to sort of sweep the legs and then sort of grab you by like the neck and shoulders area and grapple you. So give me an athletics or an acrobatics check. All right. He does. You are grappled. All right. He's then going to sort of drag you around past everyone in the crowd, showing you to them. And he says, look what I found. A little wooden boy. Pretty neat, huh? And he kind of makes a lap around the ring. This is meant to be mean. This guy's a professional, entertainer. So he's just trying to play to the crowd. He even whispers that to you. Oh, just playing to the crowd, man. Just play to the crowd. Talus, to you.
All right. We will make a thorny whip spread out from the ground.
Oh, wow. Using magic in a wrestling match? Oh, my gosh. All right. There are definitely some boos from the crowd as you begin casting magics. So.
Oh, shoot. Never mind. I forgot that came because of strength. I forgot.
Can't
it's
do
not-
what?
I forgot how strong that cantrip is. Never mind. I forgot it went up to the next level. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I'll just continue to. I'll bounce the chakram off the walls, try to hit him.
Okay, fair enough. You don't have disadvantage or anything. In fact, you should have advantage, right? Because of your... he is a monstrosity, too. So you would have the advantage from your battle cry. Yep. Yeah, that's going to hit.
And we're aiming for a non-lethal.
Okay. Non-lethal spinning blades of death. Got it.
Well, hitting non-vital parts.
Sure. All right. As you begin ginsuing this legendary athletic hero with your spinning blades of death, they kind of spang off of his hide. Dude bro not wearing any armor. They return to your hands, and he gives you a rough shake, and people are watching with great interest as these light gashes kind of bleed out, and he continues to hold you in place. All right. As his turn comes, he is going to, with you in tow, is going to kind of head over here and just try and pin you to the ground. So go ahead and give me an athletics or a acrobatics. Ooh, all right. You put up a good fight, I think, but that is enough. So he kind of presses you down into the ground and pins you beneath his hooves. He begins playing to the crowd as he spins his staff faster and faster, trying to get their excitement levels up. Talus, you are now prone and grappled. What would you like to do? I feel like we should probably have turned on some combat music. So this is sounding a little too chill for two people beat the crap out of each other.
I'm not gonna lie, the visual that the music helped aid was a really comical fight. Like, I was just...
And then the sound of a skill saw starting up? What?
Yeah, let me see if I have anything that involves a skill saw. So, wait, bandsaw? There we go. All right, keep going. What are you doing on your turn, Talus?
You're gonna try to trip him up.
Okay. So you're gonna try to knock him prone?
Yep.
Okay. Give me an athletics check. Yeah, as you kick out, he has 4 sturdy legs, and he is not knocked prone.
Do it again.
Oh, all right. Sorry about that. It does not work. Yeah. So, gosh, now there's no music. I'm such a mess tonight. Sorry, guys. Let's see.
Try not to hurt him anymore.
Okay. Hey, if anybody can anybody put on some music like that you would like for combat music? Because I can't find any. So, all right. As you are kicking out, trying to do leg sweeps and knock him down, since he is an insect and has so many limbs, he is able to just sort of pin you underneath his hooves. He raises one of them up and brings it down in a stomp. That would be a 24 for 17.
We will use our bracers.
Okay.
Boost AC up to a 25.
All right. It will try to attack again. unable to get past your Wonder Woman bracers. There's a flash of sparking light as the staff comes down and strikes against it. People look around, wondering what sort of magic has protected you. Talus, to you.
I guess we're going to try a strength or an athletics check to try to get up or dislodge ourselves. Is that possible, or am I?
Yeah, it would be. It is your action to try to escape from a grapple. So you could do athletics or acrobatics to try to escape.
Wow.
All right. He can't fail it. So I mean, I'll roll it, but you are pinned beneath hundreds and hundreds of pounds of Centaur. All right. By now you've been.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying by now, normally in like tavern fighting rules, having been pinned this long, if he keeps you down for like, 3 rounds, like that's pretty much it. So you could call it here, or you guys could just continue to beat on each other as you try to escape, but he pins you and tries to hit you. But we'll go through one more round, I guess, to see if you can escape. On his turn, he'll bring down his hooves and continue to attack with his staff. 24 for 10. I mean, I guess you would just keep burning your bracers onto infinity, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to you. If you cannot escape this round, they will call it. So it's either victory or rolling free. All right, here we go. In the end, his weight is too much. The people cheer and begin to reminisce of times they've seen him battle and wrestle and all that stuff. There are some dissenters who are still mad about, centaurs and the unfair advantage they have at the games. It kind of feels like some of that bad attitude of Mitros that you guys were dealing with. But that's sort of just life, unfortunately. Some people are just petty. But a good sport, he reaches down, offers you a hand to pull you up, and raises your arm as he raises his own arm, and cries out, "You've witnessed the great Talus without his great magics.
And
A very worthy foe."
And as he grasps my hand, I'll actually cast the healing spirit, so the spirit tree will appear in both our squares and heal both of us.
All right. That makes people pretty reverent, because Thylea is sort of the universal, like, hey, the whole continent's named after this lady. So they're very, very excited to see that and sort of reverent at the same time. All right. Thanks to that, he should be healed up and ready to take on the next challenger. Is anyone else willing to fight this guy or put on a show? You can tell that people are interested. You might not see it on the map, but more and more people are moving into the fighting area to watch the fight. Many of them bringing their breakfast with them as they kind of come to witness what is happening here. Okay. Laureus asks if there's any others who would dare to fight this man, and Tedious steps into the ring. It's over very quickly. Tedious is bested in 1 round. Tedious has a real bad attitude about being bested and slaps away Pholon's hand as it is offered. Everyone winces. Yeah, everybody makes an ooh sound and winces as Tedious kind of staggers out of the ring.
I'm gonna start a chant now to this guy and be like, "We want Phil. We want Phil."
Oh yeah, hey, he'll join in. Yeah. We want Phil. We want Phil. And then people begin to kind of join in. And this guy looks over at you, Phil, as you're drinking your glass of goat milk, and he's like, "Sounds like they're calling for you."
Yeah, I'll be back to you. I'll kind of like fly into the ring and seeing he's not armored, I'll start taking off my breastplate.
Okay. All right.
And I'll hand it to
he's sizing you up. He's sizing you up. His eyes are narrowed. You could tell that he's wishing he had barbarian rage, but he does not. So he's gonna try his best.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and like get real close to him, and I'm gonna like do like a quick like huddle, but like kind of like make it look brute forcey. And I'm gonna just message him like, I'm gonna like just whisper in his ear like, "So am I gonna let you win here, or?"
No, man, dude, you do the best you can, and so will I.
All right, I'll make sure you look somewhat impressive, and I'll kind of bow. I'll take a step back.
All right. Okay. So he rolls up in there. Oh dang! All right.
I gotta calculate my unarmored defense real quick.
With a sudden burst of speed, Flipclees, you take the initiative. Yeah, given you guys insano amounts of HP, it's more than likely you're just gonna try for a pin. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna go for.
But not, because both of you have so much HP, we'd be here all night.
Yeah, I'll start off with a loud booming scream as I go into a rage. And then I'll just kind of charge him, and I'll just go straight for the grapple on the first attack. Try and get underneath one arm in the back of his head.
All right, he throws out them athletics, trying to put all his weight down. Oh wow. Okay. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. Watching Philippocles, who is said to have thrown an elephant over a building. That never happened, but this is how shit works when you're heroes. People cannot believe the solidity of this athlete, that even Philippocles, son of Pythor, cannot move him. All right. Anything else from Phil? You do have a second.
I'll try again.
All right.
And this time I'll just try to get both arms, full Nelson style.
Oh yeah. Okay. And let's see nat 20s that you got him. Oh, he puts up a really good fight, but you do manage to get up underneath him and kind of raise his front two hooves up off the ground. People gasp. All right. Anything else from Phil?
Nope, that's my turn.
All right. He, already grappled by you, is going to try to knock you... No, he'll try to grapple you back. Yeah. Not great. Not great. He is unable to do so. He can't move because his speed is 0. To you, Phil.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do a quick shift of the body, 180, try and get him on the ground.
All right, trying to knock prone. Go for it. Unless you're raging though, right?
Yep, I am raging.
Okay. Yeah, so yet again he almost manages to keep his footing, but you dig deep into your rage and flip him and drop him. All right, there is a gasp and a cheer, but some people do not cheer because this is their champion. All right, to him on the ground, he definitely doesn't want to be there. He will yet again try to grapple you and pull you to the ground as well, but only gets an 11. I don't even think you could fail that. You have a plus 10. All right, Phil, to you.
I'm gonna message cantrip to Phil. I'm not actually in there, but I'm watching through Skilla.
Okay.
You hear through message, Phil. Like, try and make it look good. Like let him up and then grapple him again.
Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna try and solidify my grapple. But is there a way to give myself, like, a minus? Like...
I mean, that would be using a performance instead. You would basically be faking it. That's why people with gladiator background actually get the performance skill. It's because they, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but wrestling is a little fake.
Reset yells, do a suplex.
There you go, do a suplex, Phil. Give me a performance check.
Alright. I'll do a suplex. I'll use my inspiration.
Okay.
Ooh, 19.
Oh, 19. All right. Yeah, seeing what you are whipping up, digging deep into his own, background as a professional wrestler, he kind of goes with the movement of the attack. And allows you to kind of slam him down into the ground, but in a way that, wouldn't actually hurt him, but would completely, wow the crowd as he kind of slams hard. Cobblestones break, and shatter, dust flies up, the whole thing. All right. In response, he will yet again try to grab a hold of you, this time by the legs, but only gets a 13. It's not working for him.
Yeah, we're gonna see how it goes.
Okay.
Clumsily.
All right.
Over.
Yeah, he reaches out and he grabs a hold of you, and you guys are now sort of a mass of muscles and limbs, kind of rolling about on the floor. Mathematically, with a +10 and advantage, he has absolutely no chance of besting you. So you could narrate to everyone how the fight pans out, because at this point, even RNGesus can't save this guy. Statistically, there's no way. In a contest of wrestling, he has no chance against a Herculean barbarian. So how does it play out?
Yeah, we just kind of roll around all over this place together, bumping into walls, kicking up stones. Eventually we get to this point right here, and I grab onto this branch, and I stretch out with it onto him. And then I realize it doesn't do anything to grab a branch in combat. Why did it let you do that? And then I just pick him up from the horse body. I don't say that aloud because I don't want to be insensitive.
Right,
and I kind of just do the backwards, over the head, and I just hold him there for 3 rounds until finally he loses.
Oh, dang. Because of the performance and constantly giving him chances to break free but keeping it going, the two of you play the crowd well enough. Being a pro athlete, this guy knows when he is beat, sort of thing. So at a certain point, he just sort of went along with it to try and save as much face as possible. And in the end, the crowd is impressed. And as the two of you stand there, coated in sweat, breathing heavily, everyone cheers and begins to pass around more bowls of wine. The two of you are kind of taken into the crowd where the mingling begins, and the wingman action can transpire to try and find this guy his special somebody, so he doesn't turn into a goddamn scorpion. So, what a weird curse. When I read that, I was like, this Lotus Witch got some problems. That's all I could think when I read it. I was like, this lady's got some problems. Alright. While there, Phil and Lorius are double wingmanning famous Centaur athletes. Does anyone else have any other business here at the Sour Vintage? Yeah.
I'm gonna ask someone, I guess the bartender, who's the gym leader here of 20 squares.
Oh, she just looks at you and she's like, "You're looking at her."
I challenge you for your badge, your Sour Vintage badge, or the Sour badge.
She makes a face that pretty much is exactly what you see here. A face of amused disgust. I know this look well. one tear down the cheek. Everyone around starts to murmur, and people are like, "This is the greatest day ever." She says, "Do you have 3 hours to spare, getting your sweet Arisian ass beat?"
I have 3 hours to wipe that smug look off your face.
Oh, people have tried. I was born with it.
We'll see about that.
And she doesn't think that what you said is weird at all, but this person right here, they turn to the person next to them, they're like, how is she going to stop something that has already happened? Because she was born that way, and they're going to go back in time and stop. And this person just kind of puts a hand on their shoulder and says, "Do not try to figure it out. It will only hurt you." All right. So she looks around, realizes that she's in charge of the Sour Vintage because her boss is packing her bags, but that she can't turn down a chance to beat an Arisian at the game of 20 squares. So as she looks around, she yells, "Atonia, get over here. You have to work off some of your tab. Get your wrinkled butt over here and take over." And you see Otonia, she's like, "Okay," as she kind of makes her way over to take over running the bar. The two of you set up and begin to have the greatest game of 20 squares ever played. And I still haven't made a macro for it, so bust them out as quick as you can.
All right, I got the list.
I hope you have them memorized by now.
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
All right, fair enough. All right, being the first gym leader, she has a static +2 to all of them, so that should be pretty easy for me. All right, here we go. Oh wow, it's going good.
I wonder if you could make a macro just add them all together, and wouldn't that just?
Oh, totally. Yeah, we could do a macro that would just query all of them. I've been kind of lazy about it because we're moving. You know what I'm saying? You know that feels before you move.
Don't bother until.
Yeah, like.
Is there one more?
2 more. There's a lot of Mondays in August.
No, I meant reset.
Oh.
I see 6. There we go.
Yeah, I forgot perception.
So where are you?
Yeah.
Get over here.
Okay, so round 1, performance, you whoop her butt. Round 2, insight, you whoop her butt. History, you squeak by. Deception,
can't handle it. She's too jaded about life. There's no way to.
So hard to read.
She's one of the most intimidating people you've ever met. Coming from Arisia, that means a lot. And ultimately, she wins you over with her charm. But I believe that you took home 4 out of 7 of the rounds.
3 and 3 right now.
Oh, 3 and 3.
Yeah, she needs to.
Oh god, that means
that a perception roll?
That means the game has to go another 3 hours. Okay.
No.
You haven't rolled perception yet, Crash.
Oh, I didn't roll perception yet? Oh, because it wasn't in there. Okay. Here we go. I was like, you can't tie. It'll go on forever. Alright.
A sudden death round, perhaps. Maybe. Unless the game specifically says you have to play again.
It's literally who stabs the other person first wins.
It's based on a game that in real life takes so long to play. Because a bunch of the DMs for this campaign tried to learn the game it's based on, and everybody's like, F that. So perception, you got it, yeah? Yeah. All right. So you
last move, she's about to move her piece to the end or whatever, and I say, "Ha! I saw that since the beginning. I've already laid a trap for you."
Everyone gasps as this transpires, and she brushes her hair aside, and she looks at you. Her face never changing from the way it was born, disgusted and bored, and she nods. She reaches into her tunic, and she pulls out the vineyard badge. Hands it to you.
Yes.
How
hold it up.
And it claps.
Oh, and it's broken. Hold up. Maybe. Oh, wow. There it is. Beautiful. You can proudly pin that to your armor.
Yes.
Some people just pin it to the carrying case for their game, though. So, however proud you are of your victory, but you are now the proud owner of the vintage badge.
I imagine I'll buy like one of those badge carrying cases.
Oh, nice.
Like, yeah, a nice ebony one or something, and then just put it in there.
I want the next.
All right.
I want the next.
She
Oh, I'm sorry.
She nods to you and says, "Well, you did better than I thought."
And then I'm gonna say, "Yeah, you know what? I think that looks good on you."
Also, I like your shoes. And she
yeah.
leaves and goes back to work. All right.
And then I turn around with my badge and I show everyone.
Okay, everyone cheers. It's not often that anyone can defeat Califana.
I did it. Those 5 nights of practice. We did it, Anna.
Yay.
Bullbug looks at you. He's like, what did you do over there for 3 hours that you were so proud of?
I proudly show him the vineyard badge.
It is magical.
No. I'm on my way to become a 2 squares master.
Gotcha.
A 20 squares master.
I am proud of your victory, friend.
Well,
would you like to learn Bullbug?
Learn to play that game with the small stones?
I mean, to reset, yeah?
Travel does take a long time, but that's 3 hours. You could do a lot in 3 hours. I will be content to cheer on your victory. Like what? Maintain your equipment, do calisthenics, exercise, help break down camp, hunt, forage, sit-ups. There's lots of things you could do.
I do most of those.
Some extra sleep.
Alcohol.
Yeah, I do most of those in the morning.
You should be very careful, Reset. You burn yourself out with the amount of activities that you put on your plate.
Oh, it'll be okay. Here, why don't you just eat some of this corn? I give him some more corn. Your support is enough.
Eyes, and he takes the corn, and he gladly eats the whole thing, including the cob.
That's awful. Have you ever bitten into a corn cob? It's gross.
Yeah, but I'm not like an 800-pound bull, man, so I don't know.
There's also a lot of dogs in the world who think they're delicious.
Mm-hmm,
I've removed enough of them from intestines.
Oh god.
Oh god.
You would love living near me. I need to get on some kind of like monthly plan for having stuff removed from my pug, because she tries to eat fucking anything but what's in her food bowl. Oh my god. All right, Philippocles, Lorius, together, you guys will be able to select the perfect riding companion for this guy. The question is, what sort of riding companion are you looking for him? You can tell, Phil, that Lorius secretly wishes it was him. Not gonna lie, he secretly wishes it was him.
I agree.
I mean, I was thinking the same.
You know in your heart, Phil, that if it was Lorius would have to leave the party to go with Pholon to, help him train for the games, and, but yeah, I mean, there is this guy over here.
So that's an episode where Lorius is like the corner coach for Pholon in the Great Games against Phil.
Oh, that is true. There's definitely some tension there. There's some tension there.
I mean, if Lorius really wants to go, then Phil's not gonna try and stop him.
I'll leave it to you. Like, you know that he is enamored with this guy. He likes manly men, Lorius does. And you're a manly man, but this is a manly man. Look at how big he is.
Does Pholon have a type?
I mean, he is half goat. Oh, sorry. Does Pholon have a type? Pholon, his former manager was a half elf, and he was kind of a dandy. He was a little bit of a dandy.
That's definitely not the Rock.
I mean, there are plenty of suitors.
There was that guy who loved Pholon enough that he went in the ring with him knowing he'd get pasted.
Yeah, true.
He was a force sport.
Yeah, I don't really want Pholon to be with someone that's shitty.
All right. At the speed dating interview you set up, which was your aunt's idea, Dwayne he does tell you that, when I was growing up on the streets of Astoria, and I was chariot jacking just to get money to keep my mama from having to work 16 jobs, I always thought about what it'd be like to be a professional athlete myself. And now, I'm in that world, and if it wasn't for this knee injury, I would have taken it all the way. I always think to myself that I wish I could have done more. And I never settled down, never had a kid of my own that I could raise to be the next great champion. I guess that's my biggest regret. It's a pretty tough question for a speed dating exercise.
I'm leaving mostly the choice up to the big man, because he's got to be bonded,
All right. Big man does like his sports career, and while Lorius is great and has potential as a promoter, the fact that The Rock already has experience in, the professional sports world definitely puts him higher up on the chart. He turns to you, Philippocles, the man who bested him in battle, and asks what you think.
Lorius has been great, and I feel I would miss him. Dwayne, he seems like he knows his stuff. I think you should choose him.
Alright, he looks to you, and he says, bro, I had almost given up. I thought I was gonna come in here drunk and desperate, and hope, against all hope, that one of the gods would show pity on me, and somebody would, he kind of wipes a tear away. Somebody would find it in their heart to love me. But, then I found all of you, and you guys have been so kind to me. Thank you. Thanks, bro.
Give him a bro hug.
Alright. There's just a huge bro hug over here. All the bros get in there. Start bro hugging it up. This Hercules gets in here. Comic book Hercules gets in here. All the Herculeses are just hugging. Lorius looks like he has died and gone to Elysium. He is so fucking happy right now. All right.
Well, let's drink the night away and have ourselves a bro orgy.
That was some low-hanging fruit, but all right. Yeah. So, Kyra laments that the most amazing bro orgy in the history of Thylea is about to go down, but she won't be able to enjoy it because her nephew's in it.
I'm pretty sure it's okay, because isn't this the site where, like, that kind of thing just happens?
Wow. She has old world. She has old world principles, and she says, "Thank you, flipping my hair. It's so heavy right now. So, but if you could flip it a little faster next time, that's all. I'm gonna need you to tell 3 jokes before we turn in for the night, Anastasia. Just tell people I told you the jokes, so I get credit for them."
Okay.
You're so good to me. I don't deserve it, just like I didn't deserve that sacrifice of the Hydra. She just starts crying, kind of curls up under the bench. People look away awkwardly, like, oh, yeah, wow. They all sort of just move away, giving you and your sad friend her space. Okay. Oh, so Karina does seek you out, Talus, and ask what everyone needs to know about the journey to the Deadfalls. Since, it's off the beaten track and there's no trade roads in that direction, so you'll be roughing it in the wilderness. Like, what do you got for us? Boss is kind of where she's at.
I recommend we stock up on dry goods.
Mm-hmm.
And water.
Mm-hmm. Is the water not safe?
You never know if it is or not.
Ah, okay. You can tell that she's definitely putting all this down in her brain box to remember. She's not a big write things down person, which does result in her asking you things many times. What about the region? Are we worried about any particular monsters or anything, or is this like, are we going through the old wood? Or are we hugging the old wood? I heard you guys talk about a river. Are we doing the river, or are we going to try to go through the old wood?
River Ultros.
I believe they want to try the river.
Well, from what I understand, the river will save us a lot of time, and avoid any of the dangers of the old wood. But, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, that particular region where the river runs through a canyon. And the canyon itself is actually the mating grounds of the Highland Wyverns, which it is the mating season for the Highland Wyverns. But it shouldn't be a problem as long as we stay in the river. But I guess I'm wondering, do we tell the rest of the group, Talus, or do we keep that to ourselves? I just worry because Philippocles is always flying around. I don't want him to get the attention of some horn dog wyverns and get eviscerated or whatever.
He might not get the type of orgy he's looking for that way.
A wiv orgy, maybe. I don't know. Don't tell him I said that. I don't want him to think that I'm stealing his catchphrases, since he's already still mad. Yeah.
No, we definitely need to let the party know. Maybe readjust our decision accordingly.
Okay. So while Phil and the boys are off having boy time, back at your signature meeting table, Karina kind of motions to Talus so that you can tell everybody the situation.
Just so you know, the river may not be a great idea. I have found out that it travels through the wyvern breeding grounds, and it is their season right now.
Yeah, and like, aren't there those weird octopus things?
Well, seem gung-ho about the river. You know I prefer the woods.
I mean,
Skirting the woods is most safe, but the longest journey.
But, the old woods, haven't you angered some of the Fae? There was that song about, the lamenting dirge of the Dryad, or the Duskbriar Dryad. You know, it was like a really sad song. It went on for like 8 minutes. There was like a guitar solo for like 30 seconds that just came out of nowhere.
While we have angered some Fae, others who were there present knew that it was a necessary evil, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Not the best result, but inevitable.
Mm. But a river is faster.
Faster does not always mean better.
What do you say, Astraeus?
Oh, the timing of that was just perfect. I just came back from an AFK. I agree with whatever Talus recommends.
Fair enough.
He's wise and he knows about this stuff.
Could I do a knowledge nature check for what other
Sure.
creatures could be in that area?
Yeah.
Anybody else to think trained in nature to give a boost?
I
I'm
am.
pretty sure that's Phil. Oh, okay.
I'm double checking. Oh dang! Look, your associate could contribute to stuff too if you ever need to. So she has skills now. Gosh, yeah. As you try to recollect, you did hear Kyra mention the dire river octopus that is rumored to live in the river that cuts through that canyon. It is so deadly and so annoying that no creatures ever go near the river.
Looking at Kyra dead on the floor, I'm gonna quickly grab Hypatia's attention, look her straight in the eyes, and just like, I'm sorry, but I need to ask you a question. And I look down past her at Kyra, and I ask Hypatia, why don't halflings plan for the future?
I look deeply betrayed. like I'm looking into your eyes.
I turn into a
like,
stone.
Like, how could you?
I know, that's why
there's
she's just mouthing, I'm sorry, but she's like looking down at the Kyra's like rotting corpse now.
Are they short-sighted?
Yeah, that was. Oh no, that didn't work.
Wow, that was really terrible. Sorry.
Yeah, I answered that. That's the first time.
I'm no good at this.
Here, keep eating. Keep eating. All right. So Talus, I don't mind not going to the river, but like, who's gonna be the one that tells Phil that we're not going down the super cool river with the evil, super strong crocodile and wyverns that will try to kill us?
Wait, there's crocodiles in the river too? And a giant octopus? Oh, so I
don't know.
thought
I
an
wasn't really
octopus only
listening.
lived in the ocean. But I do know that they have 2 feet now. Or legs? I'm trying to remember.
2 legs.
2 legs.
Yeah, Kyra, she was telling me on the way here about how how that went down. So, but hey, never believe Minotaurs. Half of everything they say is bull.
That's a
And
good one.
he peers over the table to see how Kyra's doing. I tried. Sorry. Tried my best. Oh, okay. I have one more. How long does it take to get through a labyrinth? And as he says the word labyrinth, there is sort of the Kill Bill-like siren going off, and you guys are suddenly transported back into the darkness of the stone-cursed labyrinth where Graxus hunted you like game, smashing through walls, making walls appear, strobe lights, horror show, blood everywhere. Yeah.
A minute or two?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was a Minotaur too. Yep. So, this is a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah.
Astreus just kind of grins because he won the riddle contest.
I got nothing. Look, here's the thing. I'm very excited to go on this journey with you. But I've heard some crazy stuff about the Old Wood. But we do have a ranger and a ranger's apprentice. So it feels like whichever way we go should be safe. But I don't know how much time you have. So, I mean, we're talking days and days of travel through the Old Wood, right? And then, like, maybe 1 or 2 days if we take the river.
Oh, yeah. No, Astreus would want to choose the river then. On that basis alone. Changing his vote.
Hmm.
Then we better stock up on healing potions and other remedies. Because chances are we are going to take a lot of damage on the way.
So she
Well-
kind of, your apprentice leads into you and says, "But Talus, do you really believe what Kyra said? There can't really be a giant river octopus. That's like the Pickle Island stuff she's always talking about."
I have learned that when it comes to Kyra's rumors, even the most tall tales have a grain of salt to them. Or have a grain of truth to them.
Hmm. She looks over at the dying old woman on the ground and just kind of shakes her head in disbelief. Well, if you could ask her to not write any more songs about me, that'd be great. Because the song she wrote about me with the Hydra has ruined me and Phil's relationship and friendship. And also, it's made things really awkward for me because now people are like coming up and asking me all these questions, and I'm not really ready for that level of notoriety. I'm still training, you know? Now I get really nervous because I feel like everybody's watching me all the time.
Unfortunately, you're traveling with a group that is gaining notoriety. It's bound to happen.
If you want, next time you roll into initiative, you could just have Bullbug do the action.
Yeah, I'll represent Team NPC. Let me do it. And she just kind of shrugs.
And
All right.
honestly, don't worry about Phil. He's just being a baby.
Bullbug covers his mouth. Oh, wow. You went there. Oh, man.
Are they still bro hugging it out over here? No.
I think they're bro hugging it upstairs. Maybe
Oh,
I don't know.
see.
I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah. Oh,
or
yeah,
they've curtained this area off for for families that are coming in for lunch. Yeah.
Charging
Alright.
admission at the door.
Yeah, there's plenty of people still watching.
Yeah, it's awkward. It's awkward. Or not, because Thylea. I don't know. In the end, provisions can be purchased and restocked. You guys can get a good night's sleep. And because you are a famous As long as you don't want to stay in super fancy rooms, Califana will let you stay for free because it is good for business.
Talus is actually going to try to go hunting in the woods.
Oh, all right. Your
Kinda.
princess would like to go with you. She has pointed out to you that your mount is a huge-sized creature, so there's technically room for 2 people to ride on its back. Just saying.
Yeah, we will do that. We will search for some decent-sized game of some kind.
Okay, fair enough. You roll a survival with advantage because she is also trained in survival, and the success will pretty much determine, what you find. Okay, 17. Yeah, you don't find anything mythical or any sort of monstrosities, but you could certainly find some sizable game with a 17.
Okay, and
All right.
I will instead of actually killing it, or I'll kill it, but I'll sacrifice it to Kyra.
Aw.
Try to give her a little pick me up.
All right. I will note that. I will note that. Okay. All right. You guys get up to anything crazy in the afternoon, evening, or do you spend the time resting, recuperating, and getting ready for your travels?
I'm just gonna, Oh, Kyra's back. She's alive now, eh?
Well, I mean, she slept on the floor for a few hours, so she's feel a little bit better. So
I'm gonna try and make her feel better by letting her know that I have a reskinned healing word into Kyra's call.
okay. She kind of blushes a little bit, and she's like, I mean, that's very sweet. Thank you.
That means you have one more spell named after you than your sister does.
And it's considerably a better spell than her spell. So I could definitely, yeah, that's true. That's true. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. So, Astraeus, night has come, and these old bones are feeling up to a walk. Would you walk with me for a moment?
Of course.
In secret chat?
Oh, yes.
Hey, Patty, I'm so sorry. Could you ever forgive me? Just look at her. She's dying. I don't know what's wrong with her.
I guess you had to try.
How do you cheer up a god?
I think she's fine.
Okay. I am sorry,
She's
though.
She's being a bit dramatic. It's fine.
I guess they all do require attention to live. Is that not correct?
I mean, depending on what school of theology you believe.
That's why I'm asking you, because you're the scholar. And I am not.
Oh, well, I mean, there's lots of debates about it, but well, yeah.
And this is where Hypatia goes
probably.
into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the theogony. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm no lie. I'm very concerned about the river. I know it's quicker, but it's gonna be. I feel it's gonna be much.
It's gonna be dangerous either way.
I mean, yeah. We will be messed with on the way. I'm certain.
Yeah, but like Faye though, I'd rather deal with river people.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's the
Faye are way worse. Like.
You say that, but it could also give us a chance to get a good reputation with them. And I'm men with.
I mean, you remember in Scales of War when Rourke had to marry The Ice Queen princess. You remember that?
Yeah.
Well, he had to do that because of a promise we made to a Fae at like level 3. Like, they're tricky. I don't want to, like, he ended up marrying an evil person, you know. I mean, she seemed nice. Food truck was better, but, you know. I don't like messing with Fae.
It's also like a lotus switch somewhere trying to turn centaurs into scorpions.
Yeah, I have to go talk to her.
Oh, that's
Before
right.
we go, let's
that's
make-
right. Now I remember.
Yeah, I need to ask Pholon if he knows any specific things that piss her off, and I can try to not do those things.
Yeah, it's gonna sound like the most boring episode ever for somebody watching this on Steam.
I don't think it was that boring.
It's just
think
a
it's
very
just-
loud white noise right now.
A lot of roleplay. Light combat.
Good job on the fight there, by the way.
Yeah, math just won it for me.
Math is great.
Yep, it's pretty nice. But also kind of lame, to be honest. Like, I was real bored the other day. I was watching some YouTube videos about, like, deep theory, math equations, and stuff like that. And I'll be honest, I kind of hated it. It was too much for me.
I mean, I agree with you, but Hypatia does not.
Yeah, true. Dude, I really think you should have snagged this one. You could have been riding on his back, slinging spells. It was really cool. It was really cool in my headspace. Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it would have been awesome, but that's not my type. Oh, it's really not my type.
I mean, he's a showman. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'll save that for my personal canon. No, I mean my personal fanfic.
Yeah.
Well, you're probably gonna enter the games anyway, right?
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
definitely end up
I'm
seeing them
definitely.
again, obviously.
Yeah. I did kind of want to give him Glorious just to have that whole, like, you know, that extra plot into it, but too much to give up, you know. This is a really long private walk.
It really
They
is.
haven't even left the
yeah.
table either, so I don't.
I think they may be
Lip-
topping longest secret chat I've seen.
There we go.
Oh, I meant to ask if Philippa 3 is now going to be scarier than me when we enter a room.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's medium sized now. Like, he's
So,
bigger.
late in the evening, Kyra and Astreus return from their walk through the vineyard. Kyra still needed to be steadied by Astreus because she's worn the hell out. Talus, you and Karina return maybe roughly around the same time. Unless you decide to stay out all night and bring game back in the morning, but I assume you wanted to have time to do sacrifice and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Yep. So, as the evening hours settle in, you guys have, dinner, and Kyra basically opens up the sequin mini backpack from Claire's and purchases an absolute banquet. Some would call it a hero's feast without any cool magic or benefits. Just a table laden with the best food and wine and desserts that they have on hand at the Sour Vintage. It feels like a bigger celebratory feast even than you've had in the palaces that you have visited.
While she's purchasing that, presumably from the barkeep, Astreus is going to quickly gather the people present. He's not going to interrupt the orgy. But he's going to try and gather.
I think by now it's been like 4 or 5 hours. I mean, maybe Phil and Pholon would still be going, but I think the rest would probably have passed out by
exhaustion like a man, right?
But I mean, we've got 5 Hercules over here, so I don't know, maybe. I don't know.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
No Kevin Sorbo though.
Oh shit. Oh well. Or the Disney one. I don't have the Disney one either. Damn it.
It's okay. It's okay. It's something to strive for, right?
Yeah.
We don't have to take that long. Like, I'll leave.
Tomorrow morning is just swaying, hugging each other.
17 levels of exhaustion. Yeah.
I got some questions around the bar. I'm gonna leave these two to get to know each other.
Sure.
Bonded for life. I don't want to be being. Lori's, let's get out of here, man. Like, this is kind of like. I know.
He's like, I need to put some balm on the chafing.
Get some water, buddy.
I picked some up from the Centaur when we were in Astoria, so.
Oh dear. Okay, I'm gonna gather the children.
Kyra told me that I should call it my balm with 2 L's, and he kind of winks at you.
I nod approvingly.
Callus, are you back?
Yep.
Yeah, they returned in time for late dinners.
So Astreus is just going to tell everybody that he does think that sirens are annoying, and I don't mean Anna, sorry. For the background. Astreus is just going to say that having considered the path that we have ahead of us, and not being quite sure if a decision had been fully made before I left, I really do think that if there is a chance, if there is a being with a divine spark along the river, we should take the river, because I don't think anything short of a divine spark is going to get Kyra back to herself.
Is Kyra at the table?
No, she's off. She's off ordering more food.
Okay. She's kind of dramatic. Are you sure she's not just playing you? She's dramatic.
She's definitely not faking the exhaustion.
You not remember the pickle thing? Like, come on, man. Like, we were around her forever, and she's frozen in that thing, and she kept that act up. We had to cut her out, remember?
I strongly believe that she is being honest about the exhaustion. Remember, this exhaustion also affected Queen Valis until we granted her a divine spark.
Okay. Well, I thought we were taking the river anyways. Like, doesn't that sound fun, guys? River rafting? I don't want to go in the Feywild. Do you remember those goats? They threw shit at each other. I don't like that. I don't want to be around that.
And we've dealt with a lot of Fey.
Not like I got anything against Fey.
The thing about the Old Wood is it's you never know what you're going to get, is the thing. At least with the river, you have a known quantity, but with the Old Woods, anything could happen. And also, Lutheria is she is held in very high regard by most of the denizens of the Old Wood.
Yeah, more reason to river raft. Like, this just sounds like a good time. Like,
I demand to sit in the exact middle.
that's fine. You could be in my raft. It'll be the steadiest of them all.
Oh,
Okay,
are we building more than one raft? Because I'll build a better raft than you, Phil.
I was picturing a waterlogged Hypatia with her 50 little snakes trying to swim her to shore.
Oh, we could build 2 rafts and race.
That sounds like fun.
That sounds like a horrible idea.
We could bring, maybe there's something... Have coolers been invented? We could bring ale. Keep it cool. Maybe it could float in the
ale.
river.
You have a cooler. You have a bag of cooling holding.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna put that in the river.
Oh, pizza.
Yeah, I know you guys love pizza, so I taught them how to make pizza.
Oh, that's so good too, because
This
I
cheese
just read
looks
an article today that
amazing.
pepperonis, there's a pepperoni shortage.
Well, then
Well,
Reset starts
Astraeus,
eating.
you are correct. There is a pepperoni shortage. Look at the size of this fucking pizza.
Dude, don't bring such terrible news to the D&D. I don't want to hear about the pepperoni shortages. It's sad.
But you know what there wasn't a shortage of today? Sausage! Hey!
Oh!
And she offers up a big high five, fist pound to anybody that wants to above the pizza.
Astraeus will.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Phil, she's talking about all the dicks that were out.
Ah, trust me, I know all about them. I'm gonna cut myself a slice.
Okay.
Threes, you want some? It looks like you do.
Oh, get him off the pizza.
Yeah, he'll just
Alright.
eat that part. He's got 3 heads.
One of the heads attempts to charm you with pumpy eyes. Here we go. Please make your wisdom saving throw against a 3.
Is that on me?
Yeah, that's on you. Oh, it was a close thing, but in the end, you give it a stern Oresian look, and it sadly gets off the table.
I have a
I
quick
said,
question.
yeah, I said, you're cute, but limited pepperoni.
With 3
Nice
heads,
points.
wouldn't it have advantage?
3 chances to do. I think you should roll 3 chances.
Only
You roll 3
only
checks.
one of
it-
Philippa Threes' heads is a sellout. The other 2 are too proud to hooch themselves out with puppy dog eyes.
It's the middle one too. That's the sellouts, and the other 2 are just staring.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where one gives the middle one disadvantage. So yeah. In the next Princess Heist, one of the playable characters is going to be a Etten. That 2 people have to play the same Etten. It's going to be amazing.
Oh my
That's
god.
awesome.
That's great.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
How does it look, brother?
oh, it'll be fun. So Kyra looks at all of you guys as you break pizza bread, and she, much to her displeasure, pours out some of her libation before drinking. Even the gods pay a certain amount of respect to each other. As she kind of drains her 15th bowl of wine, she says, all right, 4th labor. Magic ship. Where's everybody's confidence levels at?
I feel great after this pizza
All right.
and all the food I've had this day.
I feel great after this pizza. All that sausage.
Mm-hmm,
I'm ready to take on anything.
All right. Oh. Hydra Slayer, are you good? And she blushes and she looks at you, Talus, in that way that a child looks at a parent figure, like, I asked you about this.
Weird.
Kyra looks at you, Talus. Are you all right?
I am good.
Okay.
I believe
All right.
we'll be as prepared as we're going.
Oh, Yes. Well, we have Astraeus with us, so we should be fine against all the ghosts. So that'll be good.
Wait, there's ghosts?
Well, I mean, it's called the Deadfalls, so... I mean, there's a giant chasm in the earth that leads down to the underworld.
You know, I got this amazing axe. It's real good against titans, giants. Just make me find ghosts.
Yeah, I had been thinking about your axe. Have you considered maybe a redemption arc for your axe? I mean, it's kind of old school with the, like, racism and stuff. Like, look at this table, right? Look around at all these faces. You know? Like, I feel like your axe needs to get with the times. You'll notice that none of my musical instruments are racist. And you'll notice that your father is the furthest thing from a racist that you're ever going to find.
I mean,
I just feel like it's bad for our brand for you to constantly be whipping out this racist axe that's making you racist, you know? You got to take control of that thing. You're going to miss out on a lot of good friends if you kill them all the time.
Finally, some wise words from your mouth.
She smiles at you, her eyes bright, and she says, finally ears open enough to hear. But I mean, with that heavy-duty mullet you've got going, it, you know, blocks the ears quite a bit, so... Anyways, just a thought. In case I'm not always around, you know, I just wanted to impart some passing wisdom before the end. That's all. So... And that's why I have this for you, Hypatia. It's my junior joke book. It's the first one it's the first one I ever had. And I know that you like books because you're a huge nerd. So maybe this will help you find what you've been missing all this time. Sense of humor.
Super torn because it is a book.
I even signed it. Not that I wrote it, but I figured, you know, I would just sign it anyway.
Why would you hurt the book that way? Did you bend any of the corners?
No, I put something sweet inside, so every time
found it.
Well, of course, I bent all the cover. I dropped it in, like, a lake once. I mean, you could barely read it.
Mine is broken.
Yeah, honestly, you want to know the meanest thing I ever did to my sister? Is she's such a book nerd, and one day she was telling me, she's like, Kira, do you know what I love most about used books? I love the smell of a used book. I love wondering what life the book had before I came into possession of it. What people went on amazing journeys of imagination and discovery with this book before it came into my possession. She was really into collecting used books. And I was like, don't most people, like, read books while they're taking a shit? And then she got, like, really quiet. And then she didn't talk to me about used books anymore. So.
Astraeus is going to pick up
a
piece of, like, parchment that fell out of the Broken Spine book. And just kind of hold it up and out loud read from the page and say, what do you call a clown who delivers flowers? And then he's going to see the answer and shake his head. A romantic gesture.
Huh.
You want that slice, Astraeus?
Jester.
Kyra looks over. She's like, "Was that in my book? Was it? I mean, this was my junior joke book. This is like the lowbie ones. This is, you know, for my beginner joke book." Anyways, I think it's in good hands with you, and I've given it to you, and you can't give it back. So here you go.
Well, I wasn't gonna give it back because you treated it so badly. I'm like,
well,
clutching
whatever.
it to my chest now.
You and my sister could start a book rescue. I don't know. Whatever.
It's an excellent idea. I should write to her.
Yeah, what's next? A public library? And she kind of rolls her eyes. So, yeah, I don't actually have presents for everybody, so if anybody was expecting that I was going to hand out presents to everybody, it's not what was going to happen, so sorry. But I am excited about our trip, so.
Well, we're all geared up for next time.
Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, I guess I'm going to go call it a night.
Yeah.
All right, and she kind of heads out.
All right, let's finish our pizza and then go to bed.
Karina looks over you, Talus, and says, she was acting very strange. I mean, stranger than normal.
Well, she seemed in a better mood at least. So I will not look the situation. I will not look poorly on the situation when it seems to improve.
I don't know her well enough, but she seems very inconsistent in her behavior. I have not been able to discern any sort of patterns, which is a talent of Minotaurs. But I will take your word for it, young ranger.
Uncertainty is her pattern.
All right.
If you think of gods as beings of certain alignments, hers is definitely a chaotic one. Good-natured, but chaotic.
That's fair.
Astreus will stand and just announce that he too is going to turn in for the evening.
All right. If nobody else has any other business, I will fast forward you to the morning as you guys set out on the road. So if this was Foundry, there's a module that shrinks all of your miniatures down and then makes them follow each other around like the old-timey 8-bit
that's so cool.
Ultima games. So they follow each other like a little caterpillar. No, I'm making all this shit up. I don't know if there's or not. I just have to. I have to make up some random thing that Foundry does every week, or I lose my funding.
You have to write
all right.
that module now. I'm pretty sure that's the rule.
I wouldn't honestly. It's capable of doing it. I have no doubt. But yeah. All right. So you guys traveled, following this here little goober. You traveled over and over and up and then and then you went to Astoria. And then you went through the mountains to the Oracle, and then you went over, and then you went to Sour Vintage. Kacha. All right. So here you are at the Sour Vintage, and now. It's actually not too far at all for you guys to get to that river. That really, honest to God, as dangerous as the river is, it saves you so much time. Like, a lot of time. Even with a ranger in the party, the checks for getting lost in the old woods are no joke. And getting lost in a forest that big, you could end up like, over here instead of over here. So it could be really bad. This you at least know is taking you undeniably towards your destination. You will notice here that there is a waterfall at the end of the river, so you may want to keep track of that. And that according to your manager, there is in fact a chasm that leads down into the underworld. So you probably don't want to fall in that. So, that being said, there is supposedly a lake somewhere around here at the edge of the falls. So if there was a boat, more than likely it will be in the lake, because other than the river, there's no other bodies of water nearby. So landlocked ship in a lake next to a chasm to the underworld. Sounds pretty... Yeah, sounds good.
totally an airship.
Wasn't there a village that
Yeah.
mysteriously disappeared too?
There is an airship in this campaign, but this is not the airship. But there is actually an airship in the campaign. Huge spoiler.
Spoiler,
I mean,
yeah.
sorry,
God.
sorry.
Every Final Fantasy game, you end up with an airship somehow. Like, in the kind of expected.
So, I mean, I didn't say it was one you'd ever get to fly, but you guys know Talos' backstory. He came here in an airship, and it got knocked out of the sky by Kentinabe. So, obviously, there is an airship somewhere that got knocked out of the sky. Jeez. All right. So, my recommendation, I guess, head to the river, build yourself some rafts. You got enough artsy, craftsy, woodsy people, and then head on down the river.
That's my plan.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I will point out when we all gather in the morning that it's a new month. It's the month of Kyrian.
Oh, shit. That's auspicious. Oh, dang.
So,
Wow.
it's the dawn of a new day, and a dawn of a new month, and the dawn of the last leg of this journey.
Triple auspicious. Triple auspicious. All right. As you guys approach the river, there is some business. So let me go and actually grab your minis so I could copy pasta you over. Or I could probably just put down
Perfect.
I'll apologize.
such a good
guys, I
game.
crashed.
Such a good game.
I did a thing and I broke my
One of
mini and
the
I can't
best.
see again.
You broke your mini? Oh no, I didn't re-register your mini. That's the problem. I didn't re-register your mini. Here you go. I'll pull out an all-seeing eye, and then you guys could just drag your minis down to be near the all-seeing eye. Does that work?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So as you guys are in high spirits and making your way towards the river, you do see, this is a gorgeous map, by the way. It actually was originally an animated map, which was even more gorgeous, but Roll20 doesn't roll animated maps without breaking, so whatever. But you can get plugins for your browser that will make Roll20 roll maps, but we can't talk about those. All right. Up ahead, you see, and I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of minis for these guys. So if you guys have a lot of one-eyed Zangief arts that you're sitting on, you know, because you collect one-eyed Zangief arts, send them my way so that we can get more variety of minis for these guys. But you do see a Gigan, and he is up to his ass and 6 elbows, fighting some river basilisk.
It's a Gigan, but this might be an opportunity for us to do something to help them, and maybe.
I mean, yeah, there was the other Gigan at the vineyard that was fine.
Yeah.
He was very nice,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, let's help him because these are monstrosities, right?
I
Oh,
tried
yes.
hard not to kill him.
Yeah, Talus's monstrosity, alarms are going off hardcore.
Yeah, let's help him, and then if he attacks us, Phil, then you can do your thing.
Well,
Sounds good.
I will preemptively message cantrip him, and because I speak giant now, and I'm gonna say, you need help.
Aw, that's like the most. Take the inspiration. It's so adorable. Oh my god, my heart just broke to a million pieces. Oh my god. Why would you do that to me? All right. So the guy is going to, knowing innately that he can respond to the message, he's going to say, I suppose it beats dying. Sure. I mean, you know.
Yeah, he says
Yeah.
he wants help, so we should help him.
All right, I roll into initiative.
Oh shit. Okay. You should just keep
were
this
we
music. This
allowed
is
to go
definitely the.
closer?
No, just roll. Well, yeah, get a little bit closer, then roll into initiative, because otherwise we'll spend the first 6 rounds with everybody just running across the the field. So like, close the distance by like half. Sorry, I'm going to grab all of your NPCs and roadies and fanboys and puppies. All right. I think I've got them all. All right. Okay. Once you guys get the ship, we're going to switch over to the B team system. So that'll be pretty cool. That'll be the milestone to switch over to the B team system. All right. All right, yeah, roll up into that initiative. To his credit, he has taken out one of these basilisks already. So.
And it's not snow.
Well, he has his one eyeball closed.
I mean, he's smart.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm like rolling everybody. I'm like on autopilot. Okay, if I rolled your initiative, I'm really sorry. But if I rolled it better than it was, you could keep it as a bank error in your favor. All right. All right. Okay. Reset. You are up first.
All right. I am going to.
It's like the chillest music for fighting for your life against basilisks.
I'm totally gonna change this music.
Okay. You know from your history with basilisks that they could turn you to stone, and that Thylean basilisks are immune to the gaze of other basilisks and are not solitary hunters. They are pack hunters.
All right. I ran up 40 feet and then dash.
Okay.
And then
right.
I'm going to lift my golden shield of Vulcan, and it is going to roar.
Oh, nice. Okay. Constitution save?
Yeah, I didn't know what the DC was because it didn't say on the shield. I just made it my monk save, if that's okay.
Yeah, that works for now. All right. Here we go. All right, 15. So takes half the damage and is not pushed. All right, but you do attract its attention. It turns its feisty gaze upon you.
Great. And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to move back.
All right.
15, so that's 25.
Okay, and it doesn't get any opportunity attacks, right?
It could. It just had
okay.
disadvantage.
Sure. All right, here we go. Disadvantage. A 10. Yeah, you saw that plus and you were like, oh no. It's okay.
No, I saw I've seen enough.
A giant elk. What are you up to? You are a mount, so you can dodge, dash, or disengage.
I'll run over to here and do the disengage or dodge. Sorry, dodge.
Okay, fair enough. Philippicles, to you.
So this river, is it raging, or is this like a calm part of the river?
This is a calmer part of the river. This would be a great place to build and cast off your raft. Or
Like
rafts if you're planning to race each other Diddy Kong style.
Like, if I threw something into it, do I feel like I could retrieve?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, then I'm going to.
I mean,
start
you did give
flying
up
forward.
danger sense to know more about the natural world, so I would say that you feel confident that you at least could get in there and probably get it back.
Okay, good. Then I'm gonna fly forward. I'm gonna bonus action of rage. I'm going to scream Pythor, and I'm gonna throw my javelin of lightning at him.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna throw it at that one.
Oh, nice. Make it travel through. Let me queue up an amazing spell effect for you. Bzz. There you go. Sweet.
Roll20 is amazing. These capabilities.
No, yeah.
I'm not blessed. I'm sorry. Just a 24.
Oh, it's just a 24, not blessed. I don't know. Yeah, that hits. It's gonna take 9 points of damage, and then both of them need to make dexterity saves against the lightning. 1 and 2. Oof, they do not pass. All right. Well done, well done. It is sticking out of the creature. So let me illustrate that for you. There you go.
The
All right.
marvels of Roll20.
Hey,
My armpits.
Foundry does not have a marker tool by default. And if I can't find a marker tool, that's the deal breaker. I gotta find a marker module. So, all right. Anything else from Philip, please?
No, that's all.
All right, Talus, to you.
All right. We're gonna let loose some chakram.
Okay.
After doing our war cry first, we'll get advantage.
Cool. Yo, this is pretty hype music. This is good.
I'll send you the links for all 10 tracks.
Nice.
And these are both going against the ones that's already got a Phil spear sticking out of it.
Oh, okay. All right, 13. Deflected by its natural armor. 16 is going to hit. The creature is bloodied already.
Okay.
All right, Perazos.
Perazos will fly here and throw some pinion feathers at it.
Okay. Team NPC is up next. Oh yeah, that's gonna hit. Team NPC will just begin crossing the battlefield because they were lagging behind because they're moving at the speed of their slowest member. I don't know who it is, but they're so tired and slow.
I think I know who it is.
Oh, okay.
But she's slowing him down more than she even has.
You either are or have known a person in your life who is the most miserable person when they're sick. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's me.
So, Hypatia is the person in your life. Does their name start with a D? So, out of curiosity. All right.
No comment.
No comment. Anastasia, you're up.
Alright, we'll fly up 30 feet, go forward a little bit, get a better angle, and we're gonna do a guiding bolt on the one that has this. No, we'll do the one that's closer, actually. That level.
This handsome boy right here.
Oh, he
so
does look
handsome.
great.
Yeah, it's a very handsome basilisk.
Dear
Oh my
Lord.
God. No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, there was a moment where that basilisk's heart just stopped beating. Unfortunately, the guiding bolt does fly far of the mark. So
Does it scare it? I bet it scares it a little bit. I'm done after that.
yeah, as you go to fire, you are distracted as Kyra just falls over. Whang. You just fire a firework up in the air instead. All of that 27 nat crit damage just explodes in a beautiful radiant fireworks display above. Astreus, you're up.
Okay. Astreus is going to stride forward to about here. Unfortunately, Phil is a step away from what I wanted to do, to include him anyways, but Astreus is going to call out very loudly. You can open your eye. The blessing of the five is upon you. And he will cast Bless on himself, Reset, and the Gigan.
Oh wow, is this low key trying to take out this Gigan? Dang, bro. Dang.
What?
All right.
No.
The axe is like,
I'm gonna
do it.
A 5 to 20% chance? I guess that's pretty good. Pretty good odds. Okay. Alright. As you use the magic of your foreign settler god upon this native, it works. It works fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, and I would have said that in Gigan to him.
Oh, dang. All right, he's very confused. He's having a very confusing day. All right, this basilisk right here. Unfortunately, these creatures are very nasty. They're very nasty and very mean. So I would like it to swim away and prevent you guys from getting its sweet drops. But they got to do what they do. So let's see. They're going to try to get into as much of the mix as possible, but they're also very slow on land. So I guess they're just going to have to go after this dude. Here we go. Oh, wait, they have aggressive. My bad. So I guess they could have gone a little bit further. I definitely would have gone for a person other than this dude, especially somebody that throws lightning at it. So this is for you, Phil. 21 piercing and 7 poison as it comes rushing past its ally using its aggressive trait. Alright. The other one is going to see that there are many people here to fight, that this one is standing over its dead ally and cowed. It is going to rush over here and attack this delicious deer. So it's going to go for the deer. It's going to be disadvantaged because the deer is dodging. Sorry, the elk. The elk. At least I'm not calling it a moose this time. Ooh, good thing it's dodging. Yeah, a 9 misses. Alright, that brings us to Soul.
We're just gonna fly up, survey, and then we'll just dodge.
Okay. This brings us to the Gigan. The Gigan, hearing its own language spoken in a soft baby voice, but feeling magic bolstering it, will take the risk and open its eyes. It has to immediately make a Constitution saving throw. Oh shit! Oh shit! Okay.
That was even without bless.
Yeah. Alright. Able to see, the Gigan will bring the full brunt of its action economy down on this creature. So, here we go. Taking a page out of Phil's book, it is going to start grappling. So, there's that. Here we go.
The dead one, or is it moving?
Oh no. Oh yeah, it has to move first. My bad. It's gonna move over here and try to grab this.
How much reach do they have with those arms?
Yeah. A 9, even with a +2 from Phil, would not hit. All right.
Bless.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna work. It's got an armor class of 15.
Higher than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and then it is just going to start stabbing. Here we go. 1.
Oh, if it gets a 4 on the bless, it would have.
Oh yeah, because I had an 11. Okay, I will check.
I mean, it's only a 25% chance, but come on, baby.
Oh shit!
5, yes! He chose come through!
Alright, then it picks this baby up, and with 2 of its arms, and then with the other 4 arms, it just starts stabbing it. Over and over and over again. Each of these is now with advantage, because... Oh my god. Yeah, and then it will toss the creature to the ground, move over here, and actually, for balance reasons, it's out of actions now. I think they should be able to attack 6 times, but, you know, I guess only Merilith can do that. We'll have to add some advanced guidance for later on in the campaign. Yeah. Right? Skilla, to you.
Skill is gonna dodge.
Okay. Hypatia.
Okay.
A fireball would look real good right about now.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people clustered up there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll center it right here.
Oh, sorry. I thought this was
why do you
Sunday
gotta be like
morning.
that?
I thought it was Sunday morning. Sorry. Alright, let's keep going.
I'm gonna. Let's make Phil big. Let's,
oh, nice.
Let's enlarge Phil.
Okay.
Cute.
Nice. All right. You guys want to finish this, or pick it up next time? We're 10 minutes over, but I know everybody's back at work now and all this kind of stuff, and it's late. Do you guys want to finish this round, or at least finish off this critter?
Yeah, we can finish off the.
Yeah, we can finish this
I'm
guy.
good to go.
Let's save the role play for tomorrow, next week.
All right, reset. You're up.
Okay, I'll run up. That should be good enough for flank. And then 3 hits.
All right, all of those hits. 1, 2, 3. It is banged up like crazy.
That'll be it.
Okay. You didn't start within 30 feet, right? No, you're good. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
yes, I
6.
did.
Oh, all right. Did you
did,
give me a
yeah.
Constitution save?
Not yet.
Okay.
That'll be 11. So I think I failed.
Yeah, you start to turn to stone.
Okay, so then none of the attacks hit.
Yeah, you would have been stuck in place. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be here.
Okay. Yeah, so seeing that the bless is working, your eyes on the prize, you get ready to charge, you lock eyes with the beast as it's swiveling its head around, and suddenly your feet are locked in place. Alright, do you want to throw darts instead? Do they use the same attack modifier?
They would be a +6, so -1 to each.
Oh yeah, so you're trying to hit arm plus 15, so they all would have hit. So, was it the same damage overall?
-1 to the first 2, so it would be 9, 7, and 4.
Got it. All right. Giant elk. This thing's trying to eat you.
Alright, I guess we have to do our Constitution save.
Correct. Yeah. 12 is enough.
We are going to disengage.
Okay.
Do what deer do best and run away.
Fair enough. Philip, please, to you.
Here's my con save.
No problem.
Not wanting to take the axe out of like the wrappings I have on my back. I don't want to flash it.
For sure.
I'm gonna go up to this basilisk, which I believe my javelin was stuck in.
Yes.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna rip it out,
Okay.
and I'm gonna just come over here, and I'm just gonna stab this basilisk recklessly twice with normal javelin.
Well, it's magic. It's just not +1.
All right. With reckless, that is enough to finish off the creature. Its poisonous black blood begins to soak into the riverbanks. And this individual looks into your big face with his big face, and he says with a hearty laugh, "Well done." And we'll pick up from there next time.
Sounds good.
Yay. Wait,
Yay.
reset. Oh no.
Oh yeah, there's that whole thing where
You'll
we'll
find
leave
out next
initiative.
week.
Yeah, we'll find out next week if reset turns to stone.
Oh man.
I'm sorry.
And then you'll know.
Work
Then
now.
you'll know
It's
for
fine.
real that Kyra's running low on juice because she won't be able to use the not barred Song of Rest to cure all status ailments. Yikes. All right. So, announcements. Again, no games for us in September, but sounds like everybody's planning to run some one-shots. If you want, I can put them on the game's calendar if you message me the information. If you need to fill spots or want to fill spots, you could always advertise on the server for people to fill the spots. Sometimes it's nice to just play with people in a small group. So it's really up to you guys. What else? Oh, the biggest announcement. Extra Life has allowed me to make my own team. The last 4 years, I've been on Team Reddit and gotten dope ass t-shirts because, like raised lots of money and all that jazz. But Conti wanted to do Extra Life, but he just told me straight up, I want my own t-shirts. So he wanted to make his own Extra Life, but also help with our goals. So now I was able to make a team, and so if you make your own Extra Life account, you can then register to be a part of our team, and then all of our donations get added together to make like one huge donation, basically. It doesn't magically create any more money than it normally does, but we get to see our name on like a fundraising leaderboard alongside actual like companies like Reddit and Dungeons and Dragons and Rooster Teeth and all those guys. So that's kind of cool. So if you were curious about doing Extra Life or wanted to try running your own Extra Life in your area or with your friends and family or whatever, I mean, I think it's a great charity. I think it's a lot of fun. So definitely, if you do make it, I would love for you to join our team. And then I'm gonna try to get T-shirts made, like stickers, swag, T-shirts, kind of stuff. So if you are on our team and you raise a certain amount of money, I'll like mail you stuff, like prizes or something. Just like Reddit used to do for me. So that might be kind of cool.
You're becoming Reddit.
No. And then what else? October, we're going to be back and we're going to be on Foundry. And we're going to, kind of go from there. Couple more games left in August. And also in October, my very good friend and I are reopening our West Marches game that we spent like 2 years running. Yeah, and it is a deadly, horrible, roguelike hellscape of horror and old school adventuring called Paradise Vale. So we're going to be using all the Darker Dungeon, Class Compendium, Monster Maker, Giphy stuff. So if you've ever been like bi-curious for 4th edition, this is your chance because it's basically 4th edition D&D, Hackmaster, and 5th edition D&D had a baby. It's like all that stuff sort of smashed together. It's a totally different kind of game, but it looks really, really fun. I will probably in September run a couple of one-shots to test the system, learn the system firsthand, and then we'll kind of open the gates to that sometime. There's no hard date, but sometime in October we're going to start. Anybody that would like to DM in the setting is welcome to do so. You'll get basically like a intro guide to DMing in the West Marches setting, and just like Adventurers League, any games that you DM will actually earn you XP for your characters, so you could be a DM and a player in the West Marches if you would like. So the time that you spend DMing can actually level up your characters in a safe way, so that your character is not lagging behind everybody when you go back to being a player. So should be pretty cool. And you can have a number of active characters equal to the number of active DMs. So that'll be kind of cool. So you could be engaged in multiple West Marches adventures in the same world, with different DMs ongoing at the same time. So that's how we used to run Paradise Vale the first time around, and that's how we're going to run it again this time. So very, very excited. Haven't been this excited about D&D stuff since I decided to run this campaign. So very excited for it. All right. Anybody else have any
question?
Oh,
I have a
yeah.
question.
Sure.
So I was looking through that class compendium, and a lot of them there's like only one subclass. So we're like, will you expand that at all, or?
Because of SRD, right, which is the I don't even know what it stands for. But basically you could share the core rules of D&D for free. But they couldn't recreate the other classes in a published format without breaking SRD. So all I had to do was like go onto the Discord and be like, yo, where's the other classes at? And then people are like, oh, here's a whole directory of like all the classes, the homebrew classes, the extra classes that were made.
Nice. Okay, cool.
And part of the Paradise Vale setting is subclasses are only unlocked through exploration. So there is when it starts, there is actually a limited number of options, And then as you go and explore the world and stuff like that, you learn about these other ways of doing things and these other fighting styles. And essentially your character could basically found like a new path for people to start taking and stuff like that. So it's really, really cool. It's all player driven, the campaign. So the things that the West Marches. So the things that people do define the setting. Like you're playing in a world that had no towns, no cities, no roads, no nothing. Everything exists because of the original players the first time we did it. So you're in a new region, and you're settling like a new region, and the only thing there is like the little fort that everybody operates out of, and that's it. So if you guys wanted to build a new town or conquer like some natives to take over their town, colonial times sort of thing, it's all up to you guys, like how you decide to settle the region and set yourselves up. It's really, really cool.
I'm really excited.
But it is going to be rough. It is going to be rough. Stuff like if you get dropped to 0, you get a point of exhaustion. If you drop to below half health, you get a injury that has to actually be tended to with the medicine skill. Like it's that kind of old school D&D type stuff. Yeah. But lots of crunchy. There's a lot of crunch to it. So if you're craving something a little bit more complicated than 5e, but not as complicated as say Pathfinder, because Pathfinder, I got the Pathfinder 2 core book. It's 650 pages long. So if you're looking for crunch, but not that much crunch, this could be a solution. So, yeah.
So,
yeah.
So did Vendor unlock Horizon Walker then?
We're gonna look into it, but probably. Yeah. We're gonna kind of like roll things back just a little bit, but we're gonna look at what was unlocked when things ended, and then what would fit with these new rule sets. Because there's a lot of nerf. Yeah, there's a lot of nerfs to a lot of things. But one thing that is very exciting is the Ranger is 100% just a character from Monster Hunter.
Oh, sweet.
It's 100%. It's just the character for Monster Hunter. You have traps just like in the game, like flash pods, vine traps, all the things that you have in Monster Hunter. The Ranger has. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So they completely overhauled the Ranger into something brand new. Sorcerer doesn't even use spell slots. They use mana points for everything. No spell slots. It's crazy. Yeah, it's so exciting. It's so exciting. So, all right, I gotta get some sleep because I'm working all week. So, I will catch up with you guys later. If you need me for anything, just at me on Discord.
Have a good one, Crash.
Night.
Remy, guess